But the main thing is he has an entire storage unit full of like over $100,000 worth of sound and lighting equipment. Like very, very, very high-end stuff. So he was kind of just like, what am I going to fucking do with this?
Yeah.
Might as well help some kids put on a fucking talent. I don't fucking know.
I need better lights. Like if I had some guy with really fancy lights, like I need those ones where it's like right there behind the camera where the people can't see watching at home, and it's a big ass light. It's got the diffusion on it, whatever it is.
Okay.
Because I kind of have that going on. You know what I'm talking about, diffusion, right?
I have no idea.
So that's like
not in my head.
If I was a gaffer.
If you were a gaffer,
I would know what I'm talking about. Okay, so a gaffer's probably listening to me, and he's gonna get mad because I'm not a real gaffer. I'm a fake motherfucker.
Because you don't be gaffing.
I don't be gaffing like that.
Don't be gaffing like that.
But what I would say if I were a gaffer is you got a light pointed at you. It's just pointed harsh at your face. Like it's like if I just shine my phone flashlight, boom, right at you.
Yep.
But then you put like a sheet over it. Like a sheet's a diffuser. You could use something like that if you're poor.
Okay.
And that's gonna.
Oh, I know what a fucking diffuser is.
Diffusing the light.
I have a film degree.
Well, there you go.
Let me lock in for a second. Let me lock in. I've been on a film set.
I made no assumptions about you.
But I'm a dumbass. So I really didn't know what you were talking about. But if you're talking about a sheet that goes in front of a light.
It's a diffuser.
To diffuse light? Okay.
And those fancy ass lights, they just have they're a nice light, and then they have a nice diffuser, and it's like a big ass light. It's really all it is. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like how mirrors, to me, it's the same, how mirrors are really expensive. It's like I didn't understand that for a long time until I bought a mirror, and I was like, oh my God, mirrors are like $50.
I've never bought a mirror.
Mirrors are $100. Guess how much this mirror right here would cost if you wanted to buy it from the store? This mirror right here. It's normally a security mirror, by the way.
Yeah, because it looks a little fish-eyed.
Yeah.
If I wanted to buy that from the store, I would guess $70.
You're actually pretty close. It's $90.
Damn.
Maybe it was more, though. And it's because I think like a smaller one would have been cheaper.
So you told me you bought 2 mirrors because there's another one there, and neither of them are hung up.
Well, I use this one as decoration for the podcast.
Yeah.
These are kind of all just kind of placed here because there's nowhere better to put them.
There's a third mirror.
Yeah, that's 3. You know, I actually say that I would live in a house of mirrors if I could. There's something about mirrors I really like.
In a way.
I got a couple mirrors stashed away over there, too.
What? How many mirrors do you own? This is a great question.
That is a good question.
Because I own 2, but I didn't buy either of them. One is in our bathroom because you need a mirror in the bathroom. If you don't have a mirror in your bathroom, you're wrong.
That would be weird.
It'd be weird. I've never been in a bathroom. Well, like gas station bathrooms sometimes don't have a mirror.
Kanye's bathroom.
His mirror. He doesn't have a mirror. Kanye.
Maybe. Remember his minimalist house? I wonder if he had a mirror in the bathroom because he didn't have anything else in the bathroom.
How come every time you and I are together, it gets to Kanye?
That's just a me thing. Yeah.
It also. I feel like
maybe you bring it out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Not everybody. Not everybody brings out the yay in me.
People have told me that I'm the white Kanye.
Really?
No.
Oh.
It's never.
I'll tell you that if you want me to.
Text it to me every morning.
I will. But you know, Kanye went full 360. He's back now.
He's back, guys.
You know, first
back.
it took Jonah Hill.
Good.
Last time it was Jonah Hill. Now it's like, I guess. See, I don't know how to feel about it. I kind of need to. My take is, I need to see him do a podcast, do a full interview. I need to see him talking.
We need to get him on Ruse Radio.
Get him on Ruse Radio. I'll get to the bottom of it. Because what it is like he just released a couple statements. And then he just kind of did his thing. Yep. And so I'm thinking, like, this is probably a couple PR guys plus Kanye all being like, hey, this is going to be the best move. Like, we can't keep going this other way, Kanye. It's not going to work.
I think Kanye saw kind of where Trump was at, you know? And where, like, all this stuff was coming in. He was like, this is my moment.
Right.
Because there was, like, everyone was on the Trump train, and now a lot of people are jumping off the Trump train. And Kanye train had been at the station, waiting patiently.
Right.
And all those people that jumped up, they need a train to get on, brother. They need somewhere to get on. So Kanye's like, I don't hate the Jews. And everyone's like, my guy.
Yeah.
We're back.
Flip-flop and go back and forth.
Graduation was a great album.
And another thing to consider is it just sets up the next Kanye flip again. Because what it is like he's got to come back so that way next time it's even better. He's going to come back and then next time it's going to be like, oh, how did we do it again? How did we do this again? Every single time is what it is. Like, how did we get here again? And we're always wondering, like, how did Kanye lure us into this?
How did it happen?
Yeah, because you'd think like after one or two, you're done. Like it's like a relationship, like a toxic relationship where you keep coming back for more. That's the public's relationship with Kanye. We all secretly want him back.
I think it's really setting up Kanye 2028.
He's gonna run.
Really setting. I've foreseen this. I don't know if you know this about me. I'm able to look into the future.
I didn't know that about you.
If it's only about select celebrity pop people and if they're going to run for president, this is what I can say. 2028 election is going to be crazy. It's going to be Kanye.
Okay.
For the Republican Party.
Gotcha.
It's going to be Oprah. Is she still around?
Yeah. Yeah, she's still around.
She's still alive?
You mean like dead or alive?
Yes.
Yeah. She's alive.
She's alive. It's going to be Oprah for Democrats then. And then
let's just say if she wasn't alive, who would be the backup?
If Oprah wasn't around?
Let's say if she's not alive, who would it be?
Well, it has to be Nick Fuentes.
For the Democrats.
I mean, if it's not Oprah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be a crazy race. Who was the Republican again?
Kanye.
Kanye versus Nick Fuentes. Well, that's just kind of... Dude,
that sounds like a Netflix boxing match.
Makes sense. Yeah, it's a Netflix boxing match for sure.
Kanye,
because I mean the viewership would be crazy. I'm just trying to think,
God,
who's voting?
The world would watch that. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Are you kidding me, dude? Kanye boxing.
I think you'd have to flip it though. I think Kanye would have to be the Democrat. I think that's what would make it make more sense. Because like,
well, what are you talking about? Nick Fuentes is a Democrat, dude.
Is he?
No,
not exactly. But I think Kanye could pull it. Like, I think Kanye, he could just go full 180, because now that he already 180'd everything else, he'll be like, you know what? Fuck Trump. And you know what? Right. I'm actually with Kamala. I'm with her, motherfuckers.
Kanye and then Kamala's VP would be the greatest fucking house of all time. If we can weather Trump, we can weather a Kanye one.
Kanye Kamala actually has a chance. You know, that's the world we're in. If it was Kanye Kamala versus anything else.
Oh my God.
I actually think Kanye, that's his best route if he wants to run. He needs to flip Democrat and then just go the traditional political route. Literally anyone, yeah.
Oh, dude, I would kill myself. I would fucking die. I would die. I'd rather die than have that. If I found out, I mean, okay, if it was Kanye v. Nick Fuentes, I'm in.
Yeah.
Because that's an interesting race. But if it's like a real politician versus Kanye West, like, are you fucking kidding me? We're doing this shit again?
Yeah. Well, so it's fun because what I like to think about is like, what's the middle period between, because I know it's going to be crazy just based on the trajectory of right now and how each election is crazier than the last. And it kind of seems like it's just gotten even weirder than we could have ever predicted. Right. So now it's like, okay, so what's 12 years from now? Like, what's 3 elections later? What's 4 elections later?
Right.
And also with celebrities being in the mix, I'm just trying to think of like ages and who's eligible at a certain point. So, okay, if in about 20 years it's MrBeast versus Logan Paul, how do we get to MrBeast versus Logan Paul? Because right now we're not quite there. So that's how I try to think about the elections in between right now and 2040. I mean,
that's a good way to think about it.
Because it's going to be MrBeast versus Logan Paul.
I don't think Logan Paul because I think Logan Paul has the name recognition. I think he has the infamy. But Logan Paul has become, and the Paul family in general, have become such a fucking laughingstock.
No, that's not a downside.
It is a downside, though, because if you're talking about in 20 years, if they are washed currently, they're going to be washed in 20 years. And the only thing I will say, to give you a little edge in this race, the only thing I'll say is if Logan Paul does a redemption arc, then maybe I would give a little bit. But Logan Paul is like one of the most infamous bullshit scammers of all time, and his brother is such a fucking piece of shit, gets beat his ass kicked, and everyone laughs. They are a laughingstock. Not to say that Logan's not a piece of shit too. He's a fucking garbage motherfucker. But they're just a family of pussies, bro. They get their ass beat and they're awful. They're terrible people.
I'm not saying they're good or bad people.
Now, MrBeast
will run. No, him for sure.
MrBeast is going to be the Monopoly man. Like, he's going to. That's who he's going to grow up to be.
Yeah. What else? What comes after chocolate? because he's already trying to be Willy Wonka. So he like took over YouTube. He's taken over different countries because he's doing his videos in different languages, and now he's doing chocolate. So what comes next?
I think meth.
Meth.
I think we're gonna see Mr. Meth. I think he's gonna come out and hit us with forced government euthanasia, and he's gonna be crazy. Now, okay, here's what it is. I'm gonna tell you really what it is.
Okay.
MrBeast v. Alex Jones. That's what the race is gonna be.
In 20 years?
I'm saying in like probably 12, 10.
Well, MrBeast, that's the problem. That's why I had said it so far in the future, because I think MrBeast is only like 28. I think it has to be 3 elections later.
We have to be 30.
I thought it was 38.
30.
36. Are you sure?
30 years old.
It's not as low as... I want to say it's at least 36, because I thought it was past mid-30s.
It's... damn.
You tell me.
How old do you have to be to be
bow, 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 bow,
because I could have sworn it's 30. 35. So right in between both
right in the
of us.
middle. Okay.
So, yeah, we'd have to wait a few elections, but the minute he's eligible, he could run.
That's why
he could run.
Yeah, that's exactly why I said 2040, because I think, like, I don't know the exact math, right? 2026, 2032, 2036. So right now it's 2026, so it's 10 years later. How old is MrBeast, Alexa? I'm just going to guess that MrBeast has got to be like 30. He's probably more like 29.
How old is MrBeast?
Ayo. How
27.
Damn, fuck. So yeah, we got a little bit of a wait.
I mean, a few elections, 2 or 3.
The 3. There you go.
3 elections.
So I think Alex Jones out of the question, because is he gonna still? Well, how old? He's like, yeah, because he's got to be 60. No, he's not out of the question.
He's in his 40s or 50s.
He'll be like going ham.
Because the thing is, with everything that's been going on with the Epstein Island, the Big Island, the Big Eye. God, dude.
The Big Eye.
Everything that's been going on with the island, he's been kind of hitting some correct points. I'm not going to sit here and say that Alex Jones is a correct individual.
No.
But he did say that there was a huge government and political pedophile ring.
Well, he's been saying that there was vampires sucking blood from children for a long time.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
And that could still be true.
Well,
with what we've been seeing, that could still be true. He said the frogs were turning gay, and they kind of were. So
they were. No, that's what I mean. People don't give Alex Jones credit. It was.
Oh, he shouldn't have any, but
he shouldn't have credit. But this is the problem: is I think Alex Jones is actually just a scapegoat for the whole. Like, okay, what had happened with him and Sandy Hook? It was him getting the whole story from his side is that he got a call from who's the girl who interviewed him. She left and now she has her own show. I forget her name though. She's the blonde girl. You know what I'm talking about? She's very famous.
Oh my god!
Oh,
we gotta look it up.
Wait, well, this is why Jamie exists. This is why Jamie is a person that exists.
Interviewed Alex.
But I should know her name. I really should. But anyway, so she had called him, and she says to Alex Jones,
Megyn Kelly.
Megyn Kelly, yeah. So Alex Jones is hanging out, doing his, saving America like he does.
Yeah.
And he gets a call from Megyn Kelly, and she's like, "Hey, it's me, CNN. We want to talk to you. We just want to interview you." She's sounding all friendly.
Yeah.
And so he's thinking, "Okay, sounds good. I'll come tomorrow." Da 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 da. And so he shows up. She didn't mention anything about Sandy Hook or anything about any of this, and she made it sound friendly. And then he shows up and he talks to her, and I want to say it was a whole, this is how the news always does it. It's like a 20, 30-minute interview, and then they cut out the part where they got him to say the shit that they wanted him to say, where he says the stuff about Sandy Hook. And in my mind, that was the first time that you ever had anybody get taken off of any social media. Like that's where canceling begins, is Alex Jones. Like, people don't like Alex Jones, so they don't like to say that, but that is really where it all starts, because he got canceled. He got taken off of YouTube. He was on YouTube. He was on that was the golden era of YouTube, when anything was on YouTube.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah, that's really where YouTube begins to kind of switch and become a little bit different. And now it's a whole different world. But back then it was the Wild West.
You could do whatever you wanted. You could do whatever you wanted. And I do think it's important to say that I don't like Alex Jones.
me neither. But I like his energy. I think he's a good comedian.
I like his I like his commitment.
Yeah.
I like his attitude.
He's a good improv.
Great
artist.
improv. Dude,
yeah.
He would be the funniest guy at every party. He'd be the funniest guy. If that was him, if he was just some guy's crazy racist uncle.
Did you see?
Are you kidding
his
me?
thing with Andrew Callahan, like on Andrew Callahan's documentary?
I didn't see this.
They like worked out together and drank beer. And
really?
All this. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
pretty funny.
That's right up my alley.
It's great, dude.
Dude, the thing
and people got mad at him. They're like, "Why are you humanizing Alex Jones? Why are you doing this?"
Well, the thing is, Alex Jones should be treated exactly like the drunk, stupid uncle.
Yeah,
and everything.
Exactly.
Because he's up there saying things that are insane, throwing massive conspiracies to the wall, and it makes sense that a few of those conspiracies have hit because, of course they have. You know, what really pissed me off about Alex Jones, because I always respected a certain level of him for standing by what he said no matter what. Like, he would always be like, say something, oh, fucking awful. It'd be something crazy. Yeah. I'm going to kill everyone on this block. And then you'd be like, why would you say it? He's like, because I'm going to kill everyone on this block. Like, he stood by it. But recently, he came back and he's like, full Epstein Trump train.
So he's
full Epstein Trump train. He was over there saying there's a pedophile ring. Guess what? Pedophile ring's real. And then he's up there like, no, they're not. They're completely innocent. Epstein files are awful. Like, what are you doing, bro? He's either at gunpoint or he's just fucking turned.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
I was gonna mention that. So that I don't know how to feel about. It's almost like the Jim Carrey thing we were talking about before.
yeah.
So what the fuck is going on?
Bizarro Jim, dude.
That's weird. Like when you have people who are like normally
working against power, we're gonna take everybody down. Everything's going crazy. But
I love your jokes.
I'm gonna be. I think.
See, I need to get better at it because I always fuck my voice up. So I think I need to take it easy. I always start yelling.
You're kind of like a rock twinge to it. You're like doing a little bit of like Dwayne Johnson on that.
Well, the thing is, I don't know about the.
See, I need
it's
to get
good.
I don't know about The Rock. I don't actually like The Rock all that much. He's a good guy, but I never really talked to him. He might run though.
He might run.
I read the papers. I left the documents in my apartment, but a whole lot of documents that we had.
Oh, dude, if The Rock ran for president, If The Rock ran for president, Kevin Hart would be Monica Lewinskying him under the table. Jesus Christ.
Ew. Gross.
Well, I just think he's like Kevin Hart's perfect height, you know?
Yeah.
For The Rock, he's perfect height. He can get right under that desk.
Yeah. Imagine that scandal, you know.
God, it wouldn't be a scandal. They've done it before, for sure. It would just be like, hey, guess what? They're doing it in the office. Everyone would be like, we know.
Kevin Hart, though? Kevin Hart, he already had one sex scandal. Does he need another one? I don't know.
Again, what is the definition of scandal? Because a scandal is like
he had sex with a prostitute. I want to say
like, and he's married, and that's kind of like there's something fucked up on that level.
Even worse if you had sex with the president. The president was The Rock.
But like also at the same time, if Kevin and him are in the same, it would be a scandal in the sense that everyone would be like, oh my god, it's real.
Yeah.
But no one would actually be like, oh no. They'd be like, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Kevin fucked The Rock. Of course he did.
Yeah, I don't think people care about anything anymore. That's kind of my theory is no one cares. Like, and I think it's normal not to care because there's just too much stuff. And I think we're just too far along in the simulation, right? So it's like anything could happen and nobody's really going to care. I mean, I remember when I was at work and I looked over in the TV and there was an alien on the TV and they were saying that the Mexican government was showing everybody an alien corpse. I was like, what? I mean,
what TV are you looking at?
You don't remember this? This was like a couple. This was like last year, or the year before, and it was national.
There's a Mexican alien. I never heard.
There was an alien, yeah. And people were making fun of the Mexican government. They were saying like, "Oh, I can't believe you guys are showing off this corpse. Like it's not real. You guys are showing off a hoax." And from my understanding, I don't know if it's the same corpse or if it's something else, but I do know that there's like bodies that have been recovered that there's something abnormal about them. I'm not going to be able to say what, but it's like alien-like bodies. And they have, like, if you scan them with an x-ray, they have organs and all this. And these are like real. That's not like a fake story. That's real for sure. But the only way it's fake is if it was faked thousands of years ago, the way that they dated it, and they had to like make all these fake organs, which we wouldn't even know how they would have made fake organs. So that's weird. But I don't know about the Mexican government thing, if that's connected or not. But yeah, it was on the news, and I remember looking at the TV and seeing it and thinking, like, what the fuck? Is this the future? Is this where?
Yeah.
Because
That's crazy.
And I remember looking up the story on my phone afterwards, and that's exactly like I said. Everybody was saying to the Mexican government, "Oh, you fell for this hoax. You fell for this hoax," and it just makes me think, like, if you had aliens actually show up tomorrow, I don't think people would actually care that much. I think we're beyond caring at this point. They'd have to attack us. Aliens would have to attack us for us to care. It'd have to be an actual threat.
It might not be that much. I mean, it makes sense that the Mexican government would have an illegal alien.
Right? They're actually the perfect people. Wow, that seems so easy. I'm surprised that wow, that's like the easiest joke in the world.
I'm surprised no one was saying that back in the day. I mean, damn. No, aliens are so dope, and I think I really wish I had heard of that, because I'd be making a big fucking deal about that. I'd be going to every party being like, "You heard about this Mexican alien?"
Yeah, that's I know, because I don't think I was doing the podcast at the time, because if I was, that would have been on the like 10 of the episodes right after. Yeah, I would have just kept saying it to everybody. You see the alien on the news?
But back to what you were saying about Jim Carrey. That guy, whoever it was, Jim Carrey, that guy looked like a fucking alien. That guy doesn't look real. He doesn't look like a human. This is the thing. And you were talking about how no one gives a shit about anything anymore, which is true. And this is a perfect example. People online are just like, "Oh my God, this guy's probably not Jim Carrey." Why does no one care? No one actually really cares.
And the people that care just care for like a minute, and then they're done caring.
Yeah, they don't really care. They don't really see anything.
Well, they care for the moment that they saw it, and they scrolled, and they looked for a couple minutes, and then it's over, and they're done caring. I mean, that's why these things can happen, because I think, like...
To be fair, there are a lot more important things going on.
But that's exactly it, and that's why I think, like, okay, so if you were to say, well... How could that be not Jim Carrey? It's not about whether or not it could not be Jim Carrey. It's like, why are all these people saying it's not Jim Carrey? Isn't that a little weird?
That's like, a little weird.
It's everybody saying it. It's not like a couple people, unless it's like dead internet theory, and this is all bots, and this is all just some weird thing, or right. It is just some stunt somehow.
Right.
Isn't that weird?
It's a little weird.
And like... regardless of whether or not that's even possible, to me, that's really weird. Like, what I think has to happen is you got to have whoever this person is that looks like Jim Carrey, that says he's Jim Carrey, that is Jim Carrey, apparently. He has to come out now and do a bunch of Jim Carrey shit. He's got to come out and like make a bunch of Jim Carrey jokes and do a bunch of voices, because then I'll be like, oh, that's totally Jim. Who else could do all that shit? But that's because that's what everybody's criticizing, is like, that didn't even seem like him, and he wasn't even acting like him. And if it was him, it was somebody doing like a bad impression of him. That's what it seemed like everybody was saying. So if he comes out and does the Jim Carrey shit. But when's the last time we really saw him? I think it was 6 months ago, 8 months ago, award show last year. So that's... I remember when the Will Smith slap happened, he was on the news talking about that. He did
little stuff about that. That was... Oh my God. Dude, the Will Smith slap was like 3-4 years ago. Can you believe that?
I can't believe that. That's crazy.
And don't even let me get started on the fucking... what he's been trying to do with rap and everything. That's so funny, dude.
I think it's funny that he has tried to like make it seem like the slap was cool.
Yes, that was insane.
That's like, why would you take that angle?
Because
of all angles.
At first he was like apologetic, as you should be, because you realize, oh my God, you just did that on fucking national television, and nobody is a fan of that. I mean, I think there's like one song that I listen to sometimes where they're like, if I was Will, I would have slapped him with a stick. And that's like the one reference I've heard about that shit. What song is that in, dude? I don't know. But that's like the one reference I know where someone's like kind of talking about, oh yeah, I'm on Will Smith's side. Everyone else is like, Will Smith sucks.
Yeah.
And then he's in this moment, because this was right after Will Smith is a cuck arc.
Right.
Which was crazy.
I mean, that's kind of what leads into it.
It's what leads into it, because
that's the lore.
That's the whole lore. That's the undertaking. So we're all like, we love this Will Smith guy. He's an OG. Then, oh my God, that situation with his wife is so fucked.
G.I. Jane, baby.
G.I. Jane. And then G.I. Jane happens, and the slap happens, and we're like, okay, but fuck Will. Because we were kind of on Will's side, but we're like, fuck Will, fuck him.
It's such
and
a
then
weird...
he comes back with this rap that is dog ass, dude. It's so bad. It's like the worst shit I've ever heard.
He's done a couple of them. He's done a few new raps. He kind of reminds me.
I just bite off more than I could chew, and then I'll chew it. Fucking shut up, bro. That is some shit that I would say in like middle school and get bullied for. Like, fuck you.
I don't think it's terrible.
Okay.
But I do think that his earlier stuff is good. Like, he's actually good in his late 90s stuff. It's not like great, but it's good.
The 90s stuff is like I can listen to that and it's enjoyable, but like,
I mean, you hear his new song Girls?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Like, you can't, this is what I'm saying is, you can't listen to this stuff now and be like, it's not terrible. You can't do that. You gotta re-listen if you're thinking that. You gotta re-listen and be like, okay.
You say that, but like, oh, well, also, did you see his AI video?
Yes.
Or his like fake fans in the audience.
And that's
we're talking about Will Smith, bro. Like,
Will fucking Smith.
You should be so famous. Why the fuck would you need a fake AI? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
There's still people that would come. There's still people that would show up. Like, that's not even a problem. Like, there's still motherfuckers that would come. And like support you and be there.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, and that's kind of why I think like canceling and all this stuff, like, I don't think it's really real, because there's that, but there's also the fact that do you remember Travis Scott and Astroworld and his whole festival and people dying at his festival?
I was talking about this with like someone literally last night. That's so fucking wild that you just bring Travis Scott out of nowhere. Like,
really?
Like the Astroworld, the woman, rest in peace, getting trampled on and all that. Like,
I'm surprised you were talking about that just yesterday.
Literally last night, like maybe half a day ago.
It's funny.
Were you there?
Yeah, I was actually there.
Were you there?
Listening? I had recording devices there.
Taking notes? Oh my God.
Ruse is always watching.
I've always said I know Ruse has a camera in my bathroom. Not that I had this conversation in my bathroom with someone else, but
I know you didn't, But I mean, like,
because you were watching.
Yeah, because I was watching. But yeah, no, it's just fucked up. I mean, and I thought when it happened, I remember thinking like, oh, it's over. Like, he can't have a career after that. Like, it's his name on the festival. He's the one who is promoting it. He's the one who, it's literally like if I put together a comedy show and I put Ruse all over the fucking everything. It's me everything. And then people show up and I'm headlining, and as I'm headlining, 2 people die. Yeah, that's like pretty bad. And like, I think and I remember watching the documentaries about it, and the reason was, it was not that, like, it was the way that they planned the festival. So you had the main stage right here, and it's like, you have to make it so people aren't going to herd out and trample each other. You have to make it so people who are like running around in this big festival, there's a whole bunch of people, you have to make it so there's a way for traffic to happen. Because if there's no actual way for traffic to happen, then there can be chaos, which is what ensued. Not to mention, you got Travis Scott, who's like known for being a rager and pumping his fans up and getting everybody to mosh and act crazy. And then you have the clip of like the ambulance being in the audience trying to drive through, and him encouraging people to make it, like, I think he said to dance on it.
Yeah,
or
get on top, dance on it and shit. And it's like, it's an ambulance literally trying to save somebody.
Because that's the worst thing he could have done. If he didn't do that, I wouldn't feel the way I feel about it. It's like, you can't react like that and then expect everything to just, like, that makes you accountable. When you see shit going on and you see people doing the X thing and they're doing all that, and then you then encourage the audience to just keep fucking around and we're going to do another song or two. You could literally kill somebody doing that at that. But like, that's the point. You're the guy responsible for this.
Absolutely. I mean, well, you saw his fucking apology video, right?
And that's what blows my mind.
One of the worst apology videos of all time. So bad that it is one of the funniest videos I've ever seen, because he's literally trying to apologize for a woman's life who got fucking extinguished because of him. Yes. Because he elicited and allowed that to happen.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh my God. Like, shut the fuck up. Get off that shit. He puts on a black and white filter. You're doing a filter for your apology video? That entails that he was sitting on CapCut, flipping through the different filters as he put it on. He's like, damn, which one seems sad?
Yeah.
Fuck this guy, dude. And the thing is, Astroworld was not even amazing in my opinion.
Got good music videos.
It did. Yeah. That's the one thing. Like, the music videos are pretty tough.
Yeah.
I was a fan of Sicko Mode when it first dropped because I thought it was cool. I thought it was a good song. And then that shit just kind of ruined it. I mean,
oh yeah, but again, it kind of I thought he was over, and I guess not. I guess people just don't. As long as you have people who support you and like there's people who are going to be fans of you forever, I don't think it ever really matters in the end. I think and there's also always the principle of like you're new to somebody, like you're always new to somebody else. So yeah, like all these other people might have written you off, but there's always these new people who have never heard of you ever, and they're not going to care about all that other. They'll just find you.
Well, yeah, I mean, celebrity PR teams will literally just tell you put your head down. Like,
really?
If you fuck up, put your head down, stay out of the game, wait a little bit, wait it out. Because people, and the reason is people find different things to care about.
Yeah.
If you do something that's fucked, people, and it blows up to that level, people will be on it for a minute. But because there's so many fucking celebrities that are in the limelight now, and we live in such an awful state of the world, people are doing terrible shit all the time. Someone else will come over here and, they killed and maimed 3 people, and they're like, whoa, I'm an actor. And then everyone's attention goes to that guy, and you just, as long as you sit down, go to church, give a couple monies to charity, you'll be fine.
So what do you think Will Smith's PR is thinking when he's
I think they quit.
I'm going to rap about this. I'm going to rap about this slap. I'm going to bring it up in a rap.
I mean, dude, I would have quit immediately. He's not a brand that I want to be a part of at all.
That's what he said. Disrespect me on the stage, expect me on the stage. That's what
it's not even good, bro. It's not even a bar. That's the biggest issue. The biggest issue is if Will Smith came out and he was dropping some hard ass shit and it was tough, then I'd be like, okay, Will, rap about that slap. Own it. Do something cool. But it's not good.
I saw a video that was a trap remix of his thing, and it was actually better. Like, I think maybe if he just had the right beats, that could actually help him a lot, because he was trying to do this 90s boom bap thing, and I actually think it's not helping him. I think he needs to do something a little more modern.
I just say, if somebody drops a trap remix of your song and it's better, kill yourself. You're done.
Yeah, you might as well kill yourself.
There's very little like trap remixes that I've ever listened to that I'm like, this is good.
Yeah. Well, you ever hear those?
Also, when I think trap remix, I think like SpongeBob SquarePants theme trap remix. So I guess I'm not really.
What is that?
Well, I'm just talking, like, using that as an example of like just meme trap remixes. It'd be like,
I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to think. There's like a different kind of remix that's like a slow down version of a song. It's
like a funk.
No, it's like if I took the song and I made it like.
Yeah. Hey, bite off more than I can chew, then I chew it.
That shit. And you're the fucking like snoozing off the heroin.
Grenade, pulled a pin when I blew it.
It's like really good heroin music.
It really is.
Hip hop, and you slow it down to 25%.
That's how they remix that shit. That's how they make it. They just throw it in YouTube and hit the like down like couple times.
Yeah, I remember when I was younger on Audacity, I think they had it on there, but you can like slow down songs to like negative, like 2,000, 20,000% speed. So it just, or I guess like negative 20,000% speed, right? So it'd be take a 3-minute song and make it 3 hours or something.
Yeah. I use Audacity all the time still. I'm still on Audacity.
Oh, you monster. Why?
Well, okay. This is one of the most crazy things that I don't really indulge with a lot of people because it's so weird, dude. My buddy, good friend of mine, is a rapper. He's a very talented rapper, Cole Solo. Check him out on Spotify. Very talented rapper. But, he's a good buddy of mine. We beef. And one time we were talking, and I was like, what if I just dropped a diss on you? And I'm a little musically inclined. I'm not a rapper. I'm awful with rapping. So for about 2-3 months, we dropped about 14 different diss tracks on each other. None of mine were good. I think I can make a good hook. Okay. Besides that,
you dropped full songs?
Awful. Dropped full 2-3 minute songs on each other. Like, yeah. We would just drop back and forth, and he would just sit in his studio and like actually write something. And We created.
That's one thing I've really wanted to do is have like a fake beef with a comedian for a long time. I keep
you
waiting.
send a diss track on me, I will send one back,
dude. I want it to be like a thing that I do with. You'll be the beginning. I'll get all of you motherfuckers. I think that's like the perfect move, you know.
Dude, Milo used to be a rapper. Milo Mack used to be a rapper.
He told me he's coming back. He told me he's returning to the. I don't know if I'm telling secrets, but he's supposed to be coming back to the hip hop scene. So.
Well, you and I both saw that roast of Milo Mack rap that he tried to do. I think maybe the hip hop scene don't need him, you know?
Well, what I'll say is...
if Milo, if you're watching this, I hate you.
I do not get inebriated before I rap for a reason.
Well, yeah.
It's very hard to rap if you're drunk. It's really hard. I actually was impressed with how much he was able to say.
Yeah.
He held it down for a while. And what made me laugh the most about it is as soon as he fucked up, he said, "Oh, that's the part I was worried about, fuck."
That was so funny. Dude, because he had done the rap for me. He was drunk when he did the rap for me too. It was like a month before, but he was.
Oh, he had it ready for that.
Oh, he had been writing that shit, dude. He wrote that shit out. He came to my house.
He just wrote it like the last week or so.
No. This shit was down. He was like, and he was a little nervous about it. He was like, "You want to hear what I'm gonna do on my roast?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, do it." And he was like,
"That makes
started
it a
playing
lot
the song.
better."
He started ripping it.
And he probably
this is the same night that he broke his ankle. He was leaving my house.
Oh.
And he broke his ankle right as he left my house. Like he tripped on the asphalt outside.
On just ice on the floor.
Yeah, God listened to that rap and was like, "Fuck, no.
Wow.
You're done.
Yeah.
You're gone."
Maybe that is what it is. It's like fate intervening. Because fate intervened twice. Fate got him drunk before he rapped, and it fucked up his leg right after he rapped the first time.
Fate was not behind that drinking. Fate was not there. Milo defies fate on that one.
I think Milo needs to return to the hip hop scene. Another thing I want to do is I want to get a bunch of comedians on a cypher. But I think what it's got to be I want them to take it seriously. That's the thing that's got to make it the best. They have to rap really. They have to really rap. I don't want them to like jokey rap and be silly. They have to really rap.
I'm the person for this. I will tell you this because I took this dish shit seriously. I took this dish shit seriously. I was like trying to really figure out ways because Cole's a real rapper. This guy that I'm like, he's been rapping since he was like 10.
Yeah,
he's a real rapper, and I wasn't just gonna get on there and be like,
who started it?
It's tough to. I think he dropped the first one on me.
I love it.
Because I was like, you piece of shit, you won't drop a diss track on me.
Oh, you taunted him.
I taunt him constantly. And he was, I think he's been so over my shit for so long that he dropped a diss on me. And he was like, this guy's not going to do anything. I stayed up till like 2 a.m. I found like a dirty ass beat, dude, dropped it on him. And then we had this like we would send reaction videos of us listening to the diss and then send another one.
Oh, that makes it even better.
There's like we got like 14 back and forth. Like we have a whole track. When we
imagine the reaction, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude. Well, the reaction videos were kind of us just laughing because the other side of this too is it's kind of like what you want to do. I've had this idea for a YouTube series or a TV show, a mockumentary of the worst rap group in history. Like, they are the best in the documentary, but they're awful rappers. They're awful people. And it's about how the biggest rap group dissolves and breaks up. It's me and him are at the center of the beef. So we were dissing each other as the opposite characters. But what made this worse is that there was no story that we mapped out. So we just kept adding things in the diss and be like, man, you're a pedophile. So now he's a pedophile in the story.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you beat your mom and then you divorced your wife and did this shit. So now that's real. And now we've gotten like 14, 15 disses deep. I don't even know what the story is anymore.
Oh.
I think we're both convicted felons. We're both pedophiles. We both have like terrible childhoods. We're both beaten. Like, the story's too deep now.
No sympathetic characters in that story either, you know. What's the audience supposed to think?
What are they supposed to do?
Two anti-heroes. You know.
But we
Whose side are you on?
Whose side are
you voting for?
It's such a weird thing. I can't like divulge into that and like tell people about that a lot.
It's like Pac versus Biggie.
It is, dude. He's Pac for sure because I'm Biggie.
All right. Okay, I'm not going to challenge that.
Thank you.
But, you know, just keep in mind that anything you say from this moment forward and in the past is now going to be used against you in a diss rap. Because, like, what I have to do now is just go through everything I've ever heard you say and use that.
If you drop a diss on me, Ruse, I'm going to tell you this right now. You'll see one within 24 hours.
Oh.
I don't play about this. I will stay up. It's not going to be good, but I will send it back.
Let me tell you. Let me ask you.
Okay.
When you record your diss rap, are you just going to be, are we talking like cap cut? How are you putting this out to the people? What are you doing to make this rap?
I don't send it out to the people.
Oh, it's just for me?
Well, yeah. If you drop a diss on Instagram,
dude, I'm going all the way.
Well, that's a different thing.
Are you kidding?
If you drop something on online,
yeah,
I will respond.
Okay.
I'll respond fully.
Okay.
I'll respond in many ways. I'll have a story on my, like, a video be like, oh, Ruse, get ready for this. You don't even know what you've done.
Oh.
I'll have a full music video mapped to me. I have so many things in my, if you set the bar, I'll jump over it, and then we got a thing going.
You're asking me for trouble.
With me and Cole, it was just like, he sent, one night he just dropped it in the chat, so I dropped another one, and that was how it is.
I thought this was like, I thought you guys were doing this publicly. I thought this is just for giggles.
It was just, and that's what the funniest part about it too, is it's literally just for us.
Oh, wow.
And our other friend that was in the group chat, who was just watching.
Just calling each other the worst things in the world.
Yeah, just fucking with each other. Well, I saw him recently. I went and visited him in Detroit, and he's been wanting me to do some, like, vocals on his songs for a minute.
Oh.
And so, like, I showed up, and I was like, we recording a song? And he was like, yeah, you want to diss our other buddy, Piers? And I was like, well, fuck. So we got together and out of nowhere just wrote a whole diss on him. Dissing is a big part of, like, me and my friends. So I will, if you, look.
You're a disser.
If I wake up one day and I look at Instagram and I see Ruse has tagged you in a post and it's not for this.
It's derogatory. It's going to be derogatory. And you're going to see it and you're not going to like it. You're thinking right now, like, oh, this is all fun and games and I want to have a rap battle with Ruse and this is silly. It's going to be like Eminem, MGK, and my friend, you are not Biggie. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You picking up what I'm laying down? I'm going to hurt your feelings. You're going to be crying. You're going to be watching your phone. You're going to be like, oh, I thought we were friends. Because Ruse, I'm going to be coming with disses on disses. It's gonna be so layered. You're gonna, like, hear one line and you're gonna be like, oh, that's funny, and then, like, 3 weeks later you're gonna understand that I was actually dissing your mother. You understand what I'm saying?
Interesting.
It's gonna be like that.
You know what this is?
You're coming at the king. I just want you to know you're coming at the king.
Coming at the king?
I just want you to know.
You're Japan and I'm America, okay? You've awoken a sleeping giant. You drop whatever you want. Drop whatever you want. Do whatever you want. And my friend, I'm gonna come back tenfold.
I'm Japan?
Yeah, in that sense.
If I'm Japan, I'm going to pass you within the next, like, 10, 20 years.
Yeah, but right now it's going to be great.
Okay. That it would be the American argument. That actually would be the exact.
That is the
right
exact
now. It's
American
fine though.
Right now, well, it's not fine. But right now, it's like we're still kind of on top. No,
it's good.
Japan will be better for sure. Japan's gonna take over. Drop that diss. I'm so down.
Okay.
I just noticed another fucking mirror in the corner there, dude.
Oh yeah, there's a mirror over there too. Yeah. See, yeah. When you ask me that question, it's hard for me to quantize the number. I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
6, 7.
Probably 7.
7 mirrors.
Maybe more, but
you're on your way to a fun house.
Yeah, I really would just have mirrors everywhere. Maybe I should start just putting them around the room for funsies.
That would be hilarious. I think like anyone who comes on the podcast would kind of just be like kind of baffled by the mirrors, like looking at them every second. The security mirror for sure has to go up. That one, like,
maybe like hide a dildo, but make it so you can see it in the mirror.
Well, you have like one mirror on this wall that reflects onto this wall where you can't see from this angle, but there's like a very risque photo. Like some guy in a thong that's just like pulled all the way up. So people are like looking around like, what the fuck is that? That'd be awesome.
You can only see it from the couch itself.
Yeah, just from the couch. If you could find a way to do like a funhouse angle, if you sit on this couch perfectly, you get a risque photo of a dude in a thong right there.
That would be so
I'll give
funny.
I'll give you $50. Right
Get some
now.
like professional author in here or something. Forget to take it down.
Someone on here to talk about like a traumatizing memoir they wrote.
They're like, is that a penis?
Like, no, you ripped the mirror off the wall.
No,
We're supposed to look at that.
I would probably immediately say that was a prank that someone else did. I would immediately just blame someone else.
You put it on someone else.
Yeah, immediately. That's my first instinct. Like I would say, no. Oh my god, you're right. What the fuck? That's what I would do.
If I were you, I'd be sitting there like, yeah, man.
No.
What, you got a problem with my mirror thong?
Well, that's what I would do if it was a comic or something. I'm talking like if it's like a professional and I'm trying to act cool. If I'm trying to like sound professional. And they see my dick pic or something that I got hanging on the wall.
Well, hold on.
I don't know.
Pause.
I'm paused.
I did not tell you to put your dick pic on the wall.
Whatever's on the wall. You said risque. I'm just thinking it
and
could
you're
go
thinking,
any...
you're like, it's me.
Could be anybody.
Maybe you put that Ruse painting right over it. So it's this Ruse and then it's a picture of a cock and everyone knows.
Maybe do it like subliminal messaging where like, I just put a bunch of dicks around the room and then ask them afterwards, you thinking about anything?
Well, I think if they sit down for a podcast and in the room is, first of all, 7 mirrors. And along with the 7 mirrors is 30 pictures of your penis. I think they'd leave. If I'm honest with you, I would leave. I would be like, this man is. I'm on the casting couch. That's not subliminal messaging. That's messaging, my friend. That is just outward fucking messaging.
Well, the dicks would be subtle. I mean, I didn't mean like just pictures of dicks, dude.
It'd be like a few images that if you get together, like they'll like come together to form a cock. You're like, wait a minute, what? You're like looking around. I see what you're saying.
Like a puzzle.
Well, you said pictures of penises. So it's like,
just one Easter egg. That would be like the hardest thing to find.
You could do behind the TV screen. You get a little motor, and like every 5 minutes, it pops up and then comes down. Like, they're like, "What the fuck was that?" Like one of those targets at an arcade that you have to shoot at.
Dildo.
Yeah, dildo just comes up like a dragon 10-inch long. It comes up and then down, and then at the end, you're like, "Quick review." Did you think about penises at all this time?
Was that on your mind for any reason?
What kind was it?
Yeah. I think that would be an interesting social experiment, Can I
ask you something?
Ask me anything.
What is the social experiment there?
To see if subliminal messaging works.
It's not subliminal messaging. That's not showing someone a cock and then asking if they thought about penises. That's not subliminal messaging.
Close enough, man.
Fair. You know what? I'll give it to you.
Listen, you're right. But what I mean is like, okay, maybe I mean like advertising. Like I'm advertising penis to you. And so that way, maybe you're more likely to want to buy penis or buy something penis related because you saw this penis material. It's like why McDonald's is on your phone. It's like why I would have a dildo popping out above my TV. It's the same thing because it's like I want to show you this so that way maybe. And again, I don't care whether or not you like penis. I just want to know as a social experiment if my social messaging, my subliminal messaging has affected you at all.
God, that's not.
And okay, let's just change it from penis. If you got such a problem with penises, it seems like you have a penis thing.
I love penises.
Okay. I mean, from this conversation, I'm not so sure.
Well, I'm like, you're talking about advertising now, which makes me think that you got a collection that you're trying to sell. You trying to sell some cocks?
Maybe I got just like a round of guys.
Maybe you do. maybe you got like a whole briefcase full of dildos. I don't know what you got. Okay, you got 7 mirrors in this goddamn room. I don't know what you have.
That would be so cool if I just sold dicks. That'd be crazy. But it would have to be like I would. Like just on the side, I'm also just like a pimp of a bunch of gay
that was
dudes.
gonna be my question. Like, are you pimping or do you have like the organs that you like? Just like how a kidney guy has them on ice, you got them on ice.
No, yeah, because the image of just selling dicks by themselves kind of is crazy. I don't want to do that. I want to like have a bunch of gay dudes on call.
But like, when they come in, they line up, and I'm like, that one.
Yes, that because that's different than being a regular pimp. I feel like being like a gay pimp would be really cool. I don't know why.
Okay.
I think it'd be like
You'd have
to have more control because like gay dudes are sassy. They're like they're spicy. Whereas like a gay woman, not exactly quite the same. Like, have you ever worked with a gay guy in like the service industry before?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I feel like if you've ever done that, you'd know what I'm talking about. Like, it's like a gay guy's got like a spice to him.
If you ever, let's dissect what you just said for a second. Hold on. If you ever have worked with a gay man in the service industry, you know how cool it would be to pimp out gay guys.
Yeah.
That's what you just said.
Basically, that's what I said, yeah. But
there's a through line. I see the through line. I see the connection.
You're picking up what I'm laying down.
I can pick up what you're laying down.
Yeah.
You know,
I would do it just to try it, and I'd only want the best. That's the thing.
Well, you would be a demanding one. I could tell. You would be very demanding of your gays.
You think so?
Yeah.
Thank you. Because sometimes I'm worried I'm not like assertive enough. So I feel like if you think I would lay it down for him.
Well, I think you'd get into this mode where, I mean, if we really got to get into it, I think you would be commanding over them as a group.
Yeah.
And you'd be very like, there maybe like the one bad guy, the gimp, right? Whatever he is, you'd be like,
there would be a gimp.
You'd be like, screw you, man. You got to shape up, and then everyone else will leave, and you'd be like, hang back, dude. Like, I know you got a smaller cock than everyone else, and I know you're not as into it as you should be, but I am proud of you. You'd be soft in those moments that require you to be soft.
Listen, man, I didn't want to yell at you. And actually, I think your cock's pretty special. And I just wish that when you wore that mask, you were a little prouder of yourself, because we're not looking into your eyes. We're feeling your soul. You understand me?
Yeah.
We love you. And
thank you.
I didn't mean to yell at you back there. I didn't mean to yell at you back there.
It's okay. I was a little frazzled. I just didn't know what I was supposed to do.
I'm a dick, so you can use yours.
Right there. God damn it. Right there. Right there, dude. You know, you got to start walking around Boys Town asking. You got to start walk around with a net. Try to catch them.
Dude, it might be a lot of work. It might be like being a drug dealer where you're just on call 24/7.
Oh yeah, dude.
I don't know if I want it anymore.
Be tough. I've always wanted. Tell me if this is fucked up or not. I've always wanted. This is my social experiment. I've always wanted to walk around with a massive butterfly net and try to catch people.
Massive?
Like a big, like I could just bam a net over you and then just kind of like walk around and like catch people.
Why do you want to do that?
I don't know.
I mean, it sounds fun, but I just don't know if it would go well. If
Why
you're
not?
just doing it for fun, I mean, it'd be fun, but I don't know if it would go well. Because people don't like that.
People don't like to be netted?
No. I mean, there's people who would like it, but...
There's someone out there.
You could try it. You
think I should?
You're asking me for advice?
I'm asking you for permission.
Yes.
You're going to regret that. You are going to regret giving me that permission.
But don't net me.
Fuck.
I refuse to be netted.
If you diss me, I'm going to net you.
I'm not... Really?
I mean, at this point now, yes. If I walked into this room and you asked me, hey, if I diss you, you're going to net me, I would say, no, what the fuck are you talking about? But now that we're here, yeah, I probably would.
See, I feel like I would, at this point, now that you said that, I should try and net you first.
Okay.
Because you're acting like you netting me would be such a big deal. Well, if I net you first, now if you net me, you look like a copycat.
So what the fuck are we doing here? Are we dissing each other? Are we netting each other? Or we're going to fuck? What are we doing?
I'm showing you how it works. I'm doing the Eminem 8 Mile thing. See, what you just did is you gave me your material, dude.
And Clarence has some good parents.
Now I got a Clarence good parents good your ass. I got a Clarence good parents your ass. You're fucking Clarence, bro.
You say I'm Clarence?
And I'm B Rabbit. That's right. When I watched the movie, I realized his name's not B Rabbit in the movie. I always thought his name was B Rabbit, but it's
Is it not? What is it?
It's like
Beach Rabbit? What is it?
It's like, I think it's just Rabbit.
Jamie,
what the fuck is it? Jamie's looking it up.
I think it is B Rabbit. They just call him Rabbit, right?
I don't think it's B Rabbit though. I think it's just hold on. Eminem 8 Mile rap name.
Interesting.
It says B Rabbit. I swear they didn't say it. Yeah, they just kept calling him Rabbit throughout the movie.
I like when Cheddar Bob shoots himself. That's funny.
Yeah, that's very
a funny
funny.
Moment.
You know, well, it's very funny because it is what a dude would do. It's what somebody would do.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I actually relate to Cheddar Bob a lot in that movie. He's probably the character that would be. If I'm not Eminem, I'm Cheddar Bob of all the characters in the movie. Like, I want to be Eminem, but in reality, I might be Cheddar Bob. That's kind of how it feels.
I think I'm Clarence. I have to be honest.
I told you.
Because I would be, if I got into rap, I am from the suburbs, and I'm from like,
you just join a gang and fuck people up.
Thing,
but
and
really
I'd just kind of like
lame.
show up, and I'd be like, "Hey guys, what's going on?"
Yeah.
They'd be like, "Shut up." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have the potential to like make beats and be on that side of rap, but like I just don't know enough about beat making on like all that kind of stuff. And it's not that hard to get into as long as you have the right software and you have musical intuition, you can do it.
Yeah.
But I just haven't gotten into it yet. And so besides
I'm
that,
the
that's
same
the
way
only
with
thing I could do.
producing beats. I have a keyboard hiding back there in the corner.
Oh yeah, okay.
Behind all the mirrors, yeah. But it's
A lot of mirrors.
yeah. But I just never like I made beats when I first started making music, and then I just stopped because it's just a whole extra thing. And I don't really have the aspiration for it. Maybe if it was sample based. Like I do like when people like grab a record and then they cut it up and they do stuff like that. I think that might be fun. But yeah, it's just never interested me a ton. That's what Kanye's always done, is sample-based beats. Like, and he's really good at it. That's kind of what hip hop is based in, is sample-based beats. And
I mean, I really think sample-based beats are always the best.
Yeah,
like,
it just
they
sounds
just
incredible.
Are the best. They sound using some old vocals and like.
You know, I had a producer on here named Backpack Beats. That's actually the hat I'm wearing.
Oh, very cool.
He's awesome, and he was telling me about how he does these. It's like a beat thing every year. I forget the month though, and they all use the same beat, and they'll just flip the beat in different ways, and none of them do the same thing with the beat. So you'll have like 30
take
people.
a sample and they'll all make a different beat on that
Yeah, exactly. And I just
That's
think
dope.
like that's so cool that you could have 30 people take the same exact thing and make something different, each of them.
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's this. You'd think you'd run out of ideas if it's just one song and it's
Right.
the same. You'd think a bunch of people would go for the same thing, but instead some people are gonna like flip it and reverse it and fucking do
Right.
crazy shit and speed it up and slow it down.
Use different parts of the record and use different like things in there.
Exactly.
Or does he like take like one 30
No, I
second
think they use the
clip
whole
and they all
song.
use that. So it's just anything in the song.
That's my guess. I don't know if I asked him, but yeah. But either way, I just think it's like it shows how creativity really can go that far. Like it really is all up to
I mean,
what
that's
you see in
fucking
it.
awesome.
And
That's so
again,
cool.
to producing, like producers really know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how to do that really. And also I think like with making beats, it can't be that hard as long as you know the basics. Like I think if you know how playing in key works, or like that, if you know that matters. If you know that the notes matter and you want to play in key, then it's about figuring out what key, whatever it is in. Like if you're taking a sample, or it's about figuring out what key you're gonna write in, and then it's going from there. I don't think you need to know much else than that in order to make something. But all that other stuff is going to help you. But playing in key is going to matter. That's like the one thing that's going to matter that you should know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How do you get your beats now?
Really just YouTube. But really what it is there's a couple people that I go to in particular. Like I think there's 2 or 3 producers that I really like. And what I'd rather have is somebody I know in real life that I just know that makes good beats. That's the best way to do it.
Right.
But instead, it's like a few people I know on YouTube. But the guy that I use the most, his name is Stoic. And his beats are fucking incredible, dude. I love his beats.
Yeah.
And he just recently was on somebody's album that was a Grammy-nominated album, and his beat was on the album. So technically, he's a Grammy-nominated producer.
Yeah. I mean, fuck yeah, dude.
Or maybe Grammy winning because she won. It was I forget her name. And with Doechii, I think it was Doechii, that girl who made the Anxiety song.
Yeah, that's Doechii.
But
his beat was the Doechii song.
It wasn't the one that went viral, but it was one of those songs on the album.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
that's fucking dope, dude.
And you know what's crazy is
That's
all
so
those
crazy.
people like type beats on YouTube. Just a couple years ago, J. Cole did a song called J. Cole Type Beat, or maybe he did a song like it was. The idea was he was rapping on a beat that was a J. Cole type beat that somebody uploaded.
Yeah,
and he did a whole song. Like J. Cole himself did a song on somebody's J. Cole type beat, and it actually legitimizes those YouTube producers in a way when rappers do stuff like that. Like that's why I thought it was so cool, because he's kind of showing that it's not. People think that like SoundCloud rapper or like YouTube producer, but like these are just rap producers who are just trying to get people to buy their beats. That's all they're really
trying to get their name out there and really do that
exactly.
shit. Cole, my buddy Cole, he makes all of his own beats, but when I was doing that diss stuff on him, that I was going to YouTube for all that shit.
Yeah. What I used to do when I stopped making beats, there was like the free for profit ones, and then there's the free ones. But it's just, it doesn't really. I don't understand how all that's supposed to work, because when it says free, that doesn't mean free for profit means free to release on streaming services,
right?
But then they'll say like put produced by in the thing. Like none of it makes any sense, because
I think you're supposed to tag the producer, and then they have their producer tag that's in the song.
Yeah.
For a lot of that shit, so you have to keep that in. And then I think you probably have to just notify them and be like, "Hey man, I'm using this." I mean, for the stuff I was doing at Cole, it didn't matter because we were sending it to each other. So,
yeah, what drives me crazy about it is they still sell the beats. So they'll do that, and they'll still sell the beat as well, so you can get it in better quality. Which doesn't make any sense, because it's like, if I'm buying the beat, now there's all these people who are getting the beat for free, so they also have the same beat, and they didn't buy it. I don't know. I don't understand it. But you do actually want to buy it because it sounds better, because the YouTube is compressing it and doing all this shit to it. So if you're just downloading it off of YouTube, it's not going to be very good quality. Yeah. But
it's going to be mid.
I'm sure the raps you were doing were incredible. It was probably the best work that you've ever done. It was probably those raps.
The stuff that I was doing?
I'm sure.
Damn, bro.
That stuff in those DMs that you sent to him and him alone.
Some of that shit, I'll send you a few of them. Because
I'd like to hear it.
It's really stupid shit. It's really stupid, and it's really mid, and also most of the mics that I had access to. I now have a nicer mic, but even then, there was a few tracks that I had to rip on a Blue Yeti. Jesus Christ. Blue Yeti and Audacity and YouTube Beats. That's what I was working with. So you'll listen to this and be like, oh, God. But like I can hit pockets with hooks for sure.
Okay.
I can hit, but like that's the one thing that I know I can do.
Yeah.
I'll send you a few of them. But yeah, I mean, for that whole shit, dude, I'm so down. If you want to start a villainy arc.
Oh, you have no idea.
If you need a Ruse villain, I will be the villain, dude.
I'm so
down for that. I don't have any like semblance of a beef with anyone in the scene, and I would love to have a beef for fun. I'd love to have like a fun
That's my
beef
whole
happening.
thing. Like in my mind, that's what roast battle is kind of, and I think that's why like rap battles are fun, and I think a tongue-in-cheek one would be fun, because it doesn't even matter if we're talking about it right now on record. It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't fucking matter.
People will still think it's real and be like, "What?"
Oh yeah, no. I mean, this will be posted.
And I think what would be the funniest is if we like see each other at open mics and we kind of try to like play it up a little bit. And like, because if people ask you like, "What's the deal?" I'll be like, "Go on YouTube, check out this.
You check out our show,
promote the fucking."
And then
rap
eventually
battle.
I'll come back on the pod and they'll be like, "My biggest enemy returns." Like that should be so funny, dude. It'd be so great.
And I feel like it's kind of like a professional wrestling-esque thing.
Exactly.
It's like we're playing the roles, you know.
Well, I love roast battle. I'm such a fan of roast battle. I love
dude. Well, and I think it's the same kind of thing where it's like dissing and that humor. I think that the difference between rap battles and roast battle is I think rap battles are actually a little bit meaner. Like rap battles are a little bit like coming for you a little bit more. Whereas roast battles kind of, there's some camaraderie. There's some, we're working together. We're trying to be funny together. And when there's not camaraderie, it's actually a little bit... Oh, the audience gets a little scared.
It depends on how you do it, right?
Yeah.
Because like they have me now. I judge a lot of the roast battles now, and I've kind of like hopped up and done tons of battles. My first roast battles ever was this time last year. So I've only had 1 year of roasting.
Okay.
But I've done a fuck ton of shit with them, and I think what I've kind of come to see it as is, if you go too heavy on someone who's not going heavy enough, the audience is going to watch that. And they're going to feel bad.
Right.
But they will still acknowledge that you won that battle. Like, it's kind of a 50-50. Like, they're going to feel bad and they're going to tense up and they're not going to laugh and they're not going to be active. But they will see that you kind of, like, took that shit and they'll still give you that credit. Yeah. Whereas for a roast battle or for a rap battle, it's exactly like you said. If it's a real rap battle and it's, like, really two different people dissing each other, or live. The live ones are fucking awesome too, dude. I love that shit.
Those are crazy.
Loaded Lux. You ever watch any of those Loaded Lux ones, bro?
No.
Dude, you gotta get into it. And it's all shit that I got from my buddy. But With a rap battle, it's really like, how hard can you go, and how is this motherfucker going to respond?
Yeah.
And joke battles are a different thing, because I'll tell you this: you told me I want to get into a diss with someone that'll take it seriously. I will take it seriously.
Okay.
But I also will have so many joke bars in it. But it'll be good, but it'll be a majority of it is going to be. You'll probably be like talking all this kind of shit at me and like digging in, and I'll come back and be like, look at that spine, scoliosis, and like a bunch of shit that doesn't make any sense, bro.
I do have scoliosis.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
Bang.
15%.
15?
Yeah.
You can have percentages of scoliosis?
That's why you can't. I couldn't get surgery. I think it's like at 50% or more. You get surgery. Maybe it's 80%. It has to be like fuck because it's
that's crazy.
Percent is the angle. So 15% is 15 degrees.
You know why I said that?
Why?
I said that because I was like, this guy doesn't have scoliosis.
I do. Yeah.
I'm looking at you. I'd be like, there's no way he has scoliosis.
You really think that? That's really sweet of you. Because I actually sometimes think like I have the hunchback thing
really
going on. Yeah. Especially the way I'm sitting right here. I think like I'm like a golem.
Yeah, no, I looked at you. I was like, he's got a very straight back. I'll say he's got scoliosis. That'll be funny. And then you're like, I do. I'm like, fuck.
I actually do.
Hit you with that. Well, that's going in the
Sometimes
diss
I feel
now.
like fucking do this. Just try to sit up straight. I have fucking dude. Because like I feel like it makes me wonder like people if they have normal backs, like a normal posture, is it easy just to sit up straight, like to do this and just sit up straight? Because as I'm doing this right now, like I'm kind of like stretching. So You're
stretching to sit up straight?
Right now, yeah. Like the way I'm sitting right now, this is uncomfortable. And I feel like this is sitting up straight. Like, and also my neck, like I fuck up and I always have my neck down. I need to have my neck up like this, like my chin up. But do I look weird? I feel like this is the way I'm supposed to sit. Like this is sitting up straight.
That's sitting up straight.
I feel like
you don't look relaxed.
I'm not relaxed at all. And that's my thing. I'm wondering like if somebody has normal posture. Like is that normal for somebody? Sit up straight like this?
Most people don't have good posture.
Yeah.
Most people like I'm all the way back here, and most people are like that. Like most people, when you see them sitting up and doing that, if somebody's sitting up straight and is like attentive, that's a different thing because that's like they're doing that for a reason these days.
I'm doing it so my fucking spine. What I'm worried about is when I'm 40, I'm gonna be like all curled up, and dude, that's what I'm worried about. And like I'm doing a podcast all the time, so I'm like, what I need is a better chair than this fucking Fortnite chair under this these jackets.
Is that
reveal.
Fortnite?
It's a Fortnite chair.
You covered it up because of that.
Yeah, because I don't want to be a fake fan. It's not even like I don't want to advertise for Fortnite. I don't want people to think like, oh, you're a Fortnite guy.
You're a big Fortnite man.
Yeah, because I'm not.
Okay, but now I need to see it. What do you mean Fortnite chair? Is it fully like a Fortnite chair? Oh, it is, dude.
Fortnite chair, yeah.
That is crazy. Do you remember when Fortnite was supposed to be a zombies game?
That was when it was released, right?
When it was first released, they released it as this is going to be a really cool co-op zombies game where you get to like the build aspect was you get to build like, you know, structures and there's different waves of zombies.
And it wasn't going to be online. It was going to be solo.
It was going to be online. It was going to be online with like maybe 4 people or like kind of like COD zombies, like that level of stuff. But then they were like, oh, also we'll do this like battle royale thing.
Yeah. And that was supposed to be the secondary thing.
That was going to be like the secondary fun feature that you could do on the side. And that shit just eclipsed.
Were they first or was it PUBG though? I think they were taking what PUBG was doing.
Yeah, I think for that battle royale shit, they were like doing because PUBG's big, we'll do a PUBG thing too on the side.
Yeah.
But our game will be different. And it didn't happen.
I don't even think the original thing ever took off. I don't even think they ever actually really
I
did.
think they maybe when they released it, they had it available and nobody played it, but everyone was like spamming that shit, so they were just like, "Fuck it, we'll adapt."
Oh, dude, Fortnite.
Fortnite
is actually fun. I see. The thing is, I never played the no build thing, and that was big for a while. I think it's still there.
Oh,
that
yeah, it's
might
big right now.
I might think that's fun because that was what wasn't fun when I was playing. Was that you had all these well, dude, it's like that's you want to talk about sweats. There were fucking sweats on that game, and I'm getting beaten by 7-year-olds who've got extra buttons on their mouse. That's what's happening.
It's 7-year-olds who have extra buttons, and then it's like 40-year-olds who are glued to their PC. You know, they got a pocket pussy.
Yeah,
like bolted in under there that's constantly going on them. And they've studied every building thing, and they've got every single different combination. And they have mapping keys, so they can press X and it builds like 5 fucking things, and then they shoot you. They need to be killed. They need to be scourged off this earth.
Yeah.
There are certain people. Bill Burr had this amazing thing that he said on TV where he's like, we got to put all the people that should die, put them on a cruise ship and sink it. I think we should do that. Or send them into the sun, because that's truly it.
The sun would be better. More poetic. That's like sailing somebody off, but futuristic. You know, like how they used to sail people off on a fire. I think sending
the
them
Viking funeral.
Exactly. It's like a Viking funeral on crack. You know,
just load it into a fucking thing and shoot it towards the sun. It'll never make it, but they'll die in space anyway. So who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? We can't even make a fucking ship go to Mars yet, so it's not gonna get to the sun.
I guess we're going to the moon now. That's what it is now.
Yeah, people have been talking about that because I think we're still big in the conspiracy mind, and a lot of people don't think we did the moon landing.
You think we went to the moon? You said we're in the conspiracy mind, so I wonder if you're one of these conspiracy kooks that you're talking about, or if you're...
Cryptids are real. Love cryptids. I see them all the time. There's no cryptids. Cryptids aren't real. If you think a cryptid is real, you should go to Gay Mars. That's where we're sending them.
Let's talk honestly.
Fuck. I always slip into Trump.
It's not Trump though. I'm telling you, it's Dwayne. It's Dwayne Johnson.
That I'm going into?
Because you get into like, let's talk honestly. I can't even do a Dwayne. Like, that's a better Dwayne than I can do.
I don't even know how to do Dwayne. What would your Dwayne Johnson be?
Kevin, because he's kind of like a little higher, a little lower.
I don't know what he really sounds like. I'd have to hear a clip.
Me and Kevin are friends.
I don't know. I can't even do it. I can't get into it.
Me and Kevin are friends. Yeah, I don't know.
When you do your Alex Jones again.
So I'm way down here. Down here like this.
Okay.
I'm in here.
I don't think it's Dwayne. I think what I'm seeing is you're kind of getting like the jabroni thing that he does. You're
I'm getting the jabroni thing like that. Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah, there's a little bit.
I'm not meaning to do that. I actually just want to support America. I think America's falling apart.
But the other thing I'm working on Jordan Peterson, because it's like like Kermit, but then you got to go up here, and you have to understand that it's not just the people you're talking to; it's the universities and everybody. They're all falling apart, and everything. There's not really anything good happening anywhere you look. Everything that's going on, but it's define look, right? Because you look at something, but are you looking at it, or is it looking at you? And then you read Nietzsche, and it's like, what does that mean?
That's insane. That's very good.
Thanks.
That's incredibly good. That made me hard. Like, that shit is really good, dude. Holy God. The only one that I can truly like pop into anytime is my Trump. That's the only time that I can really...
See, I try to not go to Trump because that's my favorite one to pop into.
It's
really the only one I'm good at. And every fucking...
Let me hear your Trump then.
Well, it's not that great, but it's one of the best. I mean, if you look at it, you might have to look at it for a little bit, and you might think about it for a while. I mean, one thing I thought about the liberals. They're talking about Epstein. They're like, you were in the Epstein files. It's like, no, you were. And it's like, no, you were. And it's just a back and forth, and I don't even know the point of it.
That's so funny because I feel like you can hit aspects of Trump that I can't. Like the breath, the way that he hits his gums when he talks. Like, you can hit that shit. I can't do that.
And I always forget. You gotta do that a little bit more because I don't do the breath.
Oh, you gotta do the breath. You really gotta hit that.
See, and I like what you do a little bit because you go a little bit. You get deeper,
and it's kind of like revving an engine. Like, you gotta get up and down.
You gotta get a.
Everyone's Trump.
I'm trying to understand.
Everyone's Trump is the same thing and different.
Yeah.
Like, they have different levels that they do to it. I also noticed that I do his hands constantly in my life.
Me too.
Like, I'm a hands guy.
Dude, it's embarrassing because sometimes people make fun of me for it, and I catch myself in real time, and I have to try to not do it so they'll stop making fun of me. But I just do it. Like, I'll do stuff like this.
I was at a party and I was like describing something. I was like, yeah, me and my friends were going over here doing this stuff, and someone started miming me, and I was like, yes, we were. I really like going to the movies and watching Crooked Kamala on the television talk about Whole Foods prices. Gay. Yeah. Whole Foods is gay. I love Whole Foods. Actually, I take that back. That was a lie.
You don't like Whole Foods? You don't love them?
I used
like
to steal
them
from Whole Foods.
Well, used to. That means you came around.
I stole from everything.
If you stole from Whole Foods, I would forgive you. See, the thing is, what I think is about it is you have to think it's a little sentimental. People are waiting on your every breath, and they want to hear everything you're going to say. See, I think that you're going a little quickly. It's like Obama. Have you seen Obama speak? He speaks like...
Really quickly?
Really quickly. He speaks so fast.
Trump, this is your conscience. You're saying too much. You're letting too much go.
I was talking a lot. I talked a lot last year. I talked a whole lot. And then I talked to somebody who was talking to me, and we talked together, and they said, don't talk so much. So now I'm talking less.
Damn, dude, your Trump is really great.
Really? You think so?
I need to, I'm gonna steal things from it to add to my own. Because the problem is people know, I did that roast battle where I was Trump. That was one of my favorite things I did.
Yeah, you tore off your costume and became
Trump.
It's like Superman.
To roast a Palestinian guy.
Yeah. Very,
Very awful.
Justice.
It was justice. It was justice. I felt so bad. I felt bad about that for a lot of reasons too, because the reason I did the change, not only was it more dramatic, but I also did it so I could stay as myself and let him actually do some roasts against me that he had written. Because I don't think it's fair to be like, yeah, you're roasting me, and then show up as a character, and it's like, well, the crowd doesn't fucking know who you are now. They can't see you. You're a character.
Yeah.
But I felt bad for him because the minute that I went into Trump, he was just like, well, fuck, what do I do now? And I was like, that's not fair.
And you didn't warn him?
Well, no.
There's no way.
Why would you? Why would you? There's two wolves inside of me. Both are gay. But there's two wolves inside.
You can't tell him. You can't tell him. Because if you tell him, he's gonna act different.
He's gonna prepare some things. He's gonna put some. He's not gonna be himself.
He might spoil it on accident. Even on accident. That's what I'd be worried about, is him spoiling it on accident. I'm gonna tell him, and he's gonna be like, "I'll play it cool," but everybody's looking at him, and he's doing this the whole time, waiting for your Trump to come out.
Yeah.
Who knows what's gonna happen? There's unpredictable factors. That's why it's like that rule in life: don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness. It's one of those situations.
Exactly. That is for sure. That's
you have to just do the thing. Yeah.
But because I did that, and because I have the Trump costume and all that shit, my two costumes, by the way, the only two costumes I own are Trump and Priest. So I'm not doing well. I am not doing well.
What's next? You're like, guys, I'm a Nazi. Guess what?
Well, I feel like I'm going down a different route. There's kind of a pedophilic thing that's going with those three. A Priest and Trump? Are you kidding me?
What comes next in the pedophile world? Oh, Freddy Krueger. He could be Freddy Krueger next.
What?
He might be. You ever see the Moose movies? He's probably...
Okay, and he does go into dreams.
Well, not only does he go into dreams, it's always kids. And in the first movie, that's I think it's an undertone in the first movie, and then the later ones, they take it further. Because the whole thing is he worked at the school with the kids, and all the teachers, or all the parents of the kids hunted him down, and that's how he died. He burnt in that house. That's his origin story. But I think in the newer films, they made it so he wasn't, they actually incorporated that, he touched the kids. But that wasn't in the original films, but I think it was implied in the original films. That's why, when she's on the phone with him and his tongue sticks out, the whole thing was he's a pervert. He was supposed to be a perverted weirdo the whole time. He does a bunch of weird perverted shit. But then later on in the movies, they make him more of a comic character and a sillier character. In 3 and 4 and 5, they make it sillier. But in the first movie, that's the origin story, is that the parents killed him, and it seems like it's heavily implied that he was a weirdo and he was hanging around kids, and that's the whole thing. That's why he's chasing kids and entering their dreams, probably.
Yeah, I mean, the more that you talk about it, the more I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
So you should be Freddy Krueger.
I don't want to be. Can I just get rid of my costumes?
Yeah, maybe just one thing.
Oh, I do have a big twisted tea can that I can put on myself, so I do have 3.
That's good. That actually was the perfect third one. Round it off.
That's the perfect one.
To round it off
for those 3.
No
Priest,
one would
Trump,
see that
and
coming.
A twisted tea can.
What? Okay, what's your opponent going to say to that? A roast battle?
Show up as a twisted tea in a roast battle? Yeah. That is the dumbest fucking thing I could ever do. I don't even know what I would do there. I'd be like, man, really had to pop my can with this one.
Oh, the crowd would go crazy.
I'm getting tipsy.
Dude, that's a round of applause right there.
Man, this guy really wanted to get twisted.
Yes.
It's an off-brand Twisted Tea. I think it's called Two-Fisted Tea.
Ooh, two-fisted tea.
Yeah, like two-fisted on a tea.
Ooh.
Or two hands in there.
That sounds like a porno. Two-fisted tea.
The guy's fucking in a costume. Yeah. This is porno for everything.
Halloween porn. Is that a thing? Halloween porn where you're just fucking in costumes?
Dude, there's a porn for literally. Say any word.
I know it exists.
Say any word.
Doorknob.
Why did it take you so long to think of a word?
Because I wanted to come up with a random one, and then I still came up with the doorknob that's right behind you.
Well, doorknob porn, maybe you got me there. Yeah. I don't know if that's a thing. I can't.
Space
for sure. There's got to be at least 1 million Star Wars like pornos.
Fire,
like in a fire.
Fire porn.
Fire's in like good, like an exclamatory, like this shit's fire.
No,
or
fire, flames. 2 flames.
I want flames to be happening. In the background, the house is on fire and they going at it. Well, what do you?
You told me to give you a word.
And you know what? I still think fire is probably a thing. I think we could look it up. You know what, Jamie?
You know what blew my mind once? Is I was on a porn website, and have you ever seen? It's
Heathen.
like wrestling porn. It's like they're wrestling.
What?
You ever seen this, dude?
What are you talking
Like
about?
wrestle fighting.
Like
They're
two
porn
jabronis in like a ring, like throwing chairs at each other and then fucking.
How do I even describe this? So it's a guy and a girl, and it's almost like framed like an MMA fight. And so it's like you got the octagon. It's like they're in a fight.
Okay.
Except they're fucking, and they're treating it like kind of like a fight. So it's like they're not throwing punches or anything, but they're like rolling, and they're like he's like getting her in a chokehold, and then he fucks her, and then she gets out, and then she rolls over, and then she gets him, and she gets him, and she gets his arm, and she's got his arm like this, and then he throws her, boom, throws her over, flips her over, boom, starts fucking her again.
And you like watching this? This is your favorite thing to watch?
I couldn't even believe it existed. I didn't know what I was looking at. At first, I saw the thumbnail, like, huh? And then I pushed it and I watched it, and I was like, this is real? And it's not for me, but I could see how that would...
You just described it in detail.
Because
okay?
I remember watching it thinking, this is real? And I wanted to really paint the picture for you guys so you guys understand what I'm talking about. Because
when you said wrestling porn, I was immediately like imagining the Undertaker walks into and like just takes one of maybe like a ring girl, or maybe it's a gay guy and like two guys are fucking. But you're talking like they made like this is a competition.
Yeah.
And this is like an actual fight.
I don't know if anybody wins.
Where's it at? In like someone's basement?
Well, like I said, it's like they frame it like an MMA fight, so it looks like they're in a ring.
There's an actual ring.
Yeah.
What? Pull it up on screen. Let's get into it. You know what? Don't put it on screen. Don't put it on screen. Can I clarify?
You can look it up afterwards and let me know.
I'll be watching it all tonight.
Yeah.
This will be my next 3 months.
Dude, it's like
that's the weirdest thing
I've
ever
said, there's
fucking
something
heard.
For everything. That's one of those ones where I never would have even considered or came up with or imagined. Like that's a type of porn where it's like I didn't even consider that. That actually surprises me more than
video you saw.
No, it's a whole genre. It's a whole thing.
Like there's multiple.
Yeah. Yeah,
Jesus
the whole
Christ.
thing. And it's like, to me, that's more shocking than 2 Girls, 1 Cup, is what I was going to say. Like, 2 Girls, 1 Cup, I'm like, that's gross, but I guess that's something someone would be into. When it's like, we're talking about people, like, wrestling and fucking, I'm like, what? Really? Like, that one, I mean, feet, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around. I think I mostly understand foot fetishes. I do not have a foot fetish, but I'm really trying to understand. Because
you talk about these things, you bring up these things as someone who for sure would have a foot fetish or for sure loves wrestling porn. You're like, there's this thing. I've never heard of it before, but let me describe in deep detail what they're doing. You ever heard about it? You haven't? Well, sit down. Like, you're about to jump into a very, very foot fetish like episode. It's not for me, but also like you got to think about the curve of the foot.
That is exactly.
You got to think about
what
like how the toes. Like you like it.
But no, I was gonna say that I've heard people with foot fetishes talk about it, and that's what they've said. They talk about, oh, a woman's foot is so beautiful, the curvature and the delicacy of the foot. And I kind of think the feet are ugly. Like, I honestly think when you look at a foot, it's kind of like a utility thing. Like, I don't think feet are cute at all.
Feet are just fucking feet.
Exactly. But I've tried to wrap my mind around, like, because it's probably way more common. One thing about fetishes in general that I try to consider is I bet we don't actually know how many people have a specific fetish, because who's answering a poll on fetishes?
I'm like, who's gonna talk their dirty? I mean, if it's it's anonymous, I feel like more people than you'd expect would actually.
Yeah, but even then, people will lie. Even then, people will lie.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Now we're getting into the community debate. Man is good, you know what I mean?
Well, I just mean with fetishes and like sexual depravity and all those things in general. People will lie. People are more likely to lie with those types of topics.
But like what they like and what they don't, yeah, for sure. Because it's a deeply personal thing, and like also at the same time, it's something that people will for sure judge you for. Like that is one thing that it's not like. Unless you join a Discord server of foot fetish lovers, which, if you do that, kill yourself. Yeah. I'm just going to tell you right now to all the viewers, if any of you are on a Discord server for a fetish, I'm not a fan of you. Don't unfollow me. I don't want to be associated with you. I don't think you're human. No. Maybe I'll think about it. You can maintain your humanity, but I don't want to speak to you.
Feet are people too.
Feet are people too.
Yeah.
I think those guys just like got a foot job and like took it a little too seriously.
Feet people?
Yeah. Because I like a foot job is great.
I don't know.
We've been there with a foot job. We've been there with a foot job, but I think when you get that and you like romanticize it, you are now taking just a part of the human body that's not. It's like the same people that fuck armpits. You know what I mean?
Like, I forgot people do that.
People fuck everything. Mormons mainly.
Yeah.
But Mormons will fuck anything as long as it's not a vagina.
It just doesn't seem.
But that's what I'm saying. Like then somebody would look at that and be like, "What an armpit! What a pit of flesh." Yeah. Some people are me.
Yeah. Sounds like you really like fucking armpits, man. And you're talking about this.
I love it. See, this is what you should have done. I love it, dude.
Yeah.
I love it.
Next time I'll do that.
I see a great armpit. I'm just like, whoa, you know.
Dude, I'm an armpit fucker.
Imagine going up to like a dude who's pumping iron at the gym, and you're like, "Damn, what an armpit." Hey, man. I'm an armpit fucker.
Like, huh?
You come here often?
Like, what do you mean? You know what I mean?
Oh, you know what I mean.
You got some sweat in there?
Oh, God. Don't take it to that level. We're not going to that level. Oh, my God.
I feel like it'd just be uncomfortable to fuck an armpit.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess it's a pocket. I guess you could.
I've only done it about 10 times. I don't know.
Boobs or fucking armpit? I feel like the boobs make so much more sense than armpit, because an armpit's like, you could fuck an armpit, but it's just no, dude.
Let's see what the comments say about this one.
Yeah, guys, let me know. Would you fuck an armpit or not? Like, okay,
run a poll.
Girl is a 10 out of 10, or it's got to be. I guess this is just people with penises only, because hashtag penis only. Okay. So
this is a penis only poll. It applies to trans people as well, but it's penis only.
Gotta have a penis. Penis
must have penis dance. I guess you can. I mean, you could. God, this is getting so.
Something's gonna be hanging off of your fucking chest. I mean, you
can use the other one to do this. It's just gonna be.
How are you gonna fuck a boob with anything but a penis?
Well, it's more of a like rubbing thing. It doesn't have to be a.
I just feel like when I'm applying my penis to the situation, I want to have a comparable like test group, and so I'm just gonna say
apply your penis to that situation.
I'm thinking about what's it gonna be like if I fucked a pit, dude. I'm thinking how would it be?
This is gonna be the main topic of my diss on you: the fact that you have a foot fetish, love wrestle porn, and love armpits. All three of those.
That up.
All three of those. I did not bring up wrestle porn.
No, the armpits you brought up.
The armpits I did bring up, but I'm gonna put it on you anyway. The armpits was me, but I'm gonna put that on you.
No, dude, I will not take that. I will not be roped into the armpit fucking.
I lie, dude. I lie.
You're the armpit fucker, not me. I mean, like, that's adorable that you're gonna try to slander me.
Adorable.
Yeah, I see you. I see you, bro. I see you, bro. It's cool, man. It's cool. Yeah. I do think you have diss rap skills, like especially because you said you were doing the diss thing with your friend. Yeah. And that's your humor with your friend. So I think that like you have a lot of practice with all this. I think actually that probably helps you in roast battle. I'm sure that when you go to roast battle, you
I would say probably my roast battle
helped
me more with just doing that stupid little game with.
Oh, really? Like
well, yeah,
the other way around.
And I also like me and him have always like rap battle, and like I've only known him for a few years, but every time we hung out when we first met, we would like watch the. Like I was mentioning Loaded Lux, we'd watch those like old rap battles, and they're so great. And also all of the Wildin' Out rap battles and rap competitions are so funny, and like all that shit is so great.
Yeah, see, I actually think that would be more daunting and more nerve-wracking than a roast battle, or because like a lot of what they do
it's all freestyle.
It's written, but it's presented as a freestyle.
Yeah.
Like some of it's a freestyle, but a lot of it is stuff they wrote before and then they perform. But that's even crazier to me because it's like you could so easily fuck that up and not say it right, and you're writing it just for that one performance. Like it's
right.
That's like, but in roast battle, something like that. It's the same, but it's not unheard of to just have notes on stage. You don't really see in rap battles a whole lot a dude busting out a notebook.
Well, I'd say also the whole thing about Wildin' Out is that was also in front of a stage of thousands, and it was also a televised event. And
well, Wildin' Out was a freestyle for the most part. That was freestyle, but yeah.
Oh, you're just talking about rap battles in general? Because I was talking about Wildin' Out when I was talking about the freestyle shit.
Yeah, Wildin' Out, I think, was a freestyle,
Yeah, no, Wildin' Out's freestyle, and Wildin' Out takes the cake over all of that, because that's on a massive screen, that's all freestyle, that's all that. Now, if you're just talking roast battle, or rap battles over roast battles, I think rap battles are a little more, I would agree with you, but I would say the reason is because the culture around roast battle, and this goes back to what you were saying
of course,
earlier, rap battle people want blood. If it's a real rap battle, they want fucking blood. They want someone to fucking get their ass destroyed and rip their. And roast battle, they want blood too, but a roast battle has a lot more camaraderie. Roast battle is a lot more of two people coming together, having fun and making fun of each other. Yeah. And doing it for fun and really digging deep, but also like that's the game and everyone knows it's the game and everyone's a fan of it. Rap battle's not like that. A true rap battle is like these two motherfuckers do not like each other, and they're going to take all their skills that they have, they're going to throw them at each other, and whoever wins is who's better. And if you falter, you're a fucking piece of shit. You should die. Like that's what the rap battle mentality is for those real ones. And I'm telling you right now, you and I, it will not be that. It will not be that. I don't care if you come as hard as you want with that first diss. If you like do all your stuff, I'm gonna reply with something that is good, but it's gonna be funny as fuck, and that's all it's gonna be.
Oh, dude, you got no idea.
Yeah, go for it, dude. Do whatever you want.
See, I think it's a long time coming. Like I think Ruse needs to integrate himself into the Chicago comedy community with hip hop. So I think I'm gonna like get a couple people. Maybe I'll get Milo. As a feature against you. Like I'll get him on you. I'll get a couple other people on you. I think me and Milo were actually planning on having a little rivalry, but you know, I might as well. I don't know if I'm waiting for his album. So when his album drops, I'll believe it. Maybe I should drop a diss on Milo too, just to get him to drop his album.
Well, if you drop a diss on Milo and myself, Milo and I are going to come together to roast you. And that's going to be an interesting duo.
Now it's a race to Milo. Now it's a race to whoever gets to Milo first.
The only time I'd ever do anything with Milo is if it's for you. I would never.
Milo's going to wheel himself over to.
If you drop it on me, I'm gonna have some interesting characters pop in for that. I'm gonna get a really interesting cast, especially if you're saying you're gonna get multiple people to diss me.
Fuck.
Like you don't. I need you to understand something about me.
Okay.
Because we've talked a lot. We've only really, this is the second pod we've done.
Yeah.
Second long conversation you and I have had. I need you to know, I am so down for the bit.
I know you are.
I will never stop.
I know.
I will never.
I can see that in you.
I'll do whatever for any reason.
I believe you. You're not just saying that, and I know you're not.
I'm not. So if you, I'm telling you, you set the bar, I will meet it or rise.
Can I ask you something then?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? Like, why are you like that?
I'm just a bad person. Oh. No, I don't know what it is, dude. I don't know what it is. I've always I think my family is just it was always like that. Like my grandpa, for instance, his name was Malin Earl Balderston Jr. Got to drop the full name.
Ooh.
Because this man would change the pronunciation of his name from Malin to Malin.
Okay.
And then he'd change it back from Malin to Malin, but he would change it every 10 years of his life.
Oh.
So for 10 years, he'd go up to this guy, he'd be like, "Hey, Malin, how are you?" And he's like, "No, it's Malin." And for 10 years, he wouldn't say a word except for that. And then 10 years later, you're like, hey, Malin, how are you? And he's like, no, it's Malin. And he did it just to fuck with people, and he did it only for himself, and it lasted decades, and it wasn't funny.
Wow.
But he did it because he cared about the bit so much that he would say, fuck it. I'm going to pronounce my name different for 10 years. That's like if I started walking around saying, no, my name is Jime. And for 10 years, everyone laughed, no, it's not fucking Jime. What are you talking about? It's Jime. And then 10 years later, in my mind, I've been waiting. I'm like, they're like, okay, Jime, we're heading to the bar. Nah, it's Jim. That's what it is. Also, I think we're all just mentally ill. I think that's mainly.
Yeah.
I'm just a family of mentally ill.
No,
people.
It's a good idea. I mean, it's... For one, I would like to say that's kind of like the original dead naming if you think about it. Like he was dead naming before anybody.
What?
He's like, you're dead naming me. You know what I'm saying?
You're dead naming me. You're dead naming Malin.
You're saying my wrong name.
That is funny because it kind of is like that, but it's also not at all.
Way ahead of the curve. Way ahead of the curve if you think about it. And second, what's the other thing I was going to say? I mean, can you just change your name whenever? You can just go and change your name.
You can legally change your name.
It costs money, doesn't it?
It's something.
I wouldn't want to change my name. Sometimes people think Ruse is my real name, and I think like that'd be funny if my Ruse was really Ruse.
Well,
was really
Ruse,
my
I
name.
feel like has become you really because
thou hast become Ruse
because that's how you present yourself. That's how people reference you, and that's what your whole platform is.
Yeah, it's like Snoop Dogg is Snoop Dogg.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even know Snoop Dogg's real name.
Yeah,
I don't know his real name.
That's one of those ones I actually have no fucking clue.
But when people will walk by, like I'm not even certain of your real name, my friend.
I'm glad to hear that.
I'm literally I can't even place it.
There's one person.
I know you told me. I think last time we were on the pod together, you told me.
Maybe yeah.
There's
one person who, because I tried. If you were to ask me, I'd say I prefer Ruse. It just sounds better. It looks better on camera. Whatever. It doesn't really matter.
Well, what's your name?
Wyatt. My name's Wyatt.
Yeah, see, I know. I did know this because the last time we had a pod, you did tell me this.
Yeah.
You told me Wyatt. Yeah.
Yes, Wyatt. But
it's a great name. I do love Wyatt.
Thank you, sir.
I fucking love Wyatt.
But yeah, so there was somebody who, like, if you asked me, I would say that. And I remember I told him my name was Wyatt, and he kept saying like Wyatt, and then he asked me at some point, he's like, oh, like, what do you prefer? Like, do you prefer Ruse or Wyatt? I never asked you. I'm sorry. And I was like, oh, I prefer Ruse, but it really doesn't matter. He's like, oh, my bad. I've been calling you Wyatt. Oh, no, it's no big deal, dude. I prefer Ruse, but it's no big deal. Okay. And then he just has called me Wyatt ever since, and it's so funny. Like, he
heard what you preferred, and he was still like, fuck it, you're Wyatt.
And just recently, he called me Wyatt in a comment. Like, he was like, thanks, Wyatt. Like, I was in a comment. I was like why?
So, I mean, you did say you don't really care, so I guess you can't really... Like,
I guess
you can't really
like,
do that, but you also did make it clear which one you care more, but like which one you like more.
He directly asked, and then he was like, "Oh fuck, my bad." And it's on camera, which is even funnier. Like, it was during the podcast. He asked me,
"Who was it?"
It's Tim the Mime.
It was Tim the Mime.
Tim the Mime, and he's gonna keep doing it forever. I already know he's just gonna keep dead naming my ass no matter what the fuck I do.
Is Wyatt a dead name for you?
I don't care. I mean, I'm joking. It's not a dead name, but I do think Ruse sound like it's Ruse Radio. Fucking Ruse, my rap name. So it'd look better, it'd sound better if everybody would just call me Ruse.
Where did
but
Ruse
do I really give a fuck? I'm not gonna tell everybody. Oh, what the fuck, don't call me that. Do I care? Yeah. Well, Ruse came from I was professional wrestling with my friends on a mattress. You can actually still find some of it on YouTube. It's I want to say Internet Wrestling Entertainment (IWE). And I was Maverick at first, and then I became Ruse because my entrance theme, I think my original one was Undead by Hollywood Undead.
Okay, that's so crazy.
Thank you. And then my later on it was the song Ruse by Chevelle.
There you go.
And then like that was my whole character Ruse, and I created this whole thing around it, blah blah blah, and now I can have like a whole different meaning that I'll make up, and I can tell you the whole meaning. But that's the true origin is that it came from professional wrestling with my friends. Yeah, that's when Ruse began. My original rap name was when I was in a rap group with my friend, and it was me and him, and he wanted to be in a rap group with me. And This was around, like, I'd already did a couple little rap things. Like, I wrote a rap in about 7th grade or something like that. So this is around, like, 8th grade, I want to say, for me. And he says we're going to be in a rap group, and it's going to be called Statutory Evil. And the reasoning was that Bad Meets Evil was a group at the time with Eminem and Royce da 5'9". So Bad Meets Evil.
Yep.
And one of them was bad and one was evil. Right. So one of us was going to be statutory and one of us was going to be evil, of course. I think I was statutory. And
that's rough.
Thanks.
You don't want to be statutory.
You don't want to be statutory. And the other part was that in the song Forever that had recently been released by Drake, that had Kanye and Eminem and all these people, Lil Wayne, Kanye says, rape the game young, you can call it statutory. He says, rape the game young, you can call it statutory. And my friend really liked that. So he thought Statutory Evil was the perfect name.
It's not a bad name.
I think it's the worst name of all time.
It's not a bad name.
Are you serious? Because I actually think it's
I think it's a mid name. I think it's like a name that I'd hear and I'd be like, eh.
Oh, dude, it's so bad.
Statutory Evil, like this, just kind of It's not.
Really?
There's
You
nothing
think?
like.
Because I feel like
I think you have such a bad like hatred towards it because it's like maybe more of a cringe part of your life.
The reason I think it's bad is because it's like the implication of the word statutory. Nothing good comes from that.
Yeah, it always goes to that.
Yeah, exactly. So someone's gonna read Statutory Evil and immediately write it off as like, what the fuck is this? Like,
right. That's why I'm like, I think it's like mid to like bad. I think it's like because like it implies rape. It does, which is awful. And also the name itself is just bad, but I'm like, it's mid. It's mid because a lot of rap things like Death Row Records and all that shit. Like Death Row, I always thought was mid. I thought it was a mid-ass name, and I think Death Row is a lot better than Statutory Evil. Yeah. But I don't hear Statutory Evil and think, oh my god, that's the worst thing ever created. It's like it's just Statutory Evil.
Glad to hear that because I've always thought it was the worst name ever. But Ruse eventually eclipsed that and became the real name. And he was a rapper with me for like a week or two, and then he decided he wanted to be a UFC fighter, and then he decided he wanted to be something else, and I've been a rapper ever since. Bang. Boys and girls, follow your dreams, boys and girls. Yeah, because I mean, he didn't. Goddamn.
I got 2 rap names.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my first was D minor.
Oh,
small dick.
That's nice. It's not bad.
I love that one. I love D minor, but my current one is Francis Calamity.
Oh.
Yeah, my middle name's Francis.
Francis Calamity.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. It almost sounds like a fiction character.
Well, right. He's kind of like he's
like a
kind
mystery
of evil,
novel.
like kind of like the total. And this is why we can use this for the diss too, because in the disses between me and my buddy, Francis Calamity was the bad guy.
Of course.
And what was his name? Gnomes Jr. was his name. We made a bunch of really funny names. One is Macrowave. Okay. I think that's a great name. Also, in this fictional rap group, we were going to have a real rabbi, and he'd just be known as Rabbi Tattleman. He would just be there, or like a real, just old rabbi guy.
Just there.
Yeah, who else? Beans Remedial. That's a good one. But yeah, Francis Calamity is me. So make sure you tag me in whatever you do.
Francis?
Maybe I'll make a Francis Calamity Instagram.
Maybe.
This time.
Maybe.
He's like MF Doom if MF Doom was bad.
Francis Calamity is a pretty good one, a fake name. Like, because, I'm really bad at, like, I've always thought, like, if you were writing a book, how do you come up with names? How do you name characters?
I've been working on a lot of my writing projects recently because I'm a writer.
An author?
I am working on a novel. I've been working on a novel for a long time.
Non-ironically?
Non-ironically.
Can you tell anybody the details of your novel?
Yeah, I mean, it's a sci-fi. It's a lot of it's based in the soul. But the main idea behind it is a geneticist is brought to a lab in like science fiction future America, and he's brought into a lab to help work on this skin cancer. But what he's really doing is, and he doesn't know, he's working on a new bioweapon for soldiers. It's like this skin armor that these soldiers will wear. And there's the mystery that he kind of finds out of that stuff. The way they're making the armor is they're sacrificing people and humans to harvest the carbon in their skin to make more of a hard shell on humans to do that. But what they don't realize is when they do that, they actually harvest part of the soul too. And the emotion that controlled that human infuses into that, and when they had it to a soldier, they become a monster. So it's these monsters that are held by emotions. There's a couple of different like soul weird things in it, weird mystery stuff. Every time I've tried to explain it to some people, people are like, "Okay."
So kind of like Frankenstein almost.
Yes.
Like it's like it's a monster story, but it's kind of more based on the soul and like what is it to be alive and to exist.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what Frankenstein is.
Emotions like rule us. Yeah. I've always thought this. I think emotions are the main thing that charge every single one of our decisions. Desire, the want to be something, your own ego, if anger controls you, or whether like the pursuit of joy controls you, like that is truly what drives humanity. So to take that and to make it like a physical, real thing that people could see, and making these monsters that are driven by joy or anger or sadness, or take all the inside out fucking characters, throw them in there. That's the main preface behind that book. And I've written a script for it for TV, for movies. I've tried to put in a lot of different ways, but I think novel is the way I'm going. So I'm working on the world right now, and then I'm going to start writing and have it done by the end of this year.
So what's like, how do you're plotting the world? So you're going to like create the entire lore of it and all that first, and then create the characters, and then create the story. Like you're just gonna, that's what you're
I've had the characters and the story for a long time.
Okay.
I've had that stuff already written out because I already shopped that as kind of like a TV script and a movie script. Mm-hmm. So I have that down, but I don't have the world. And if you're going to do a novel, I feel this completely. If you're going to write a story, like a novel, like some Rick Riordan, Percy Jackson bullshit, if you're going to do that, you need to build your world first.
Right.
Like, they'll tell you this in
George R. Martin did with Game of Thrones and all that.
All those guys. Everyone who has done anything in terms of writing, they'll have an idea for their characters first. They'll have a basic idea for their story. They'll even map out that story, and then they'll make the world. Yeah. Because once you make the world, you can take your story that you've already written and adapt it so it fits in that world. Right. That's what you got to do. So yes, all that long to say, I got a novel coming. I have no idea how to ever explain that to anyone in a way that's not like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Well, I mean, so when they inject it into what happens?
What I've kind of like devised is they'll take humans and they'll sacrifice them in this like chamber, and it'll kind of like liquefy the human, and use their genetic information to, on the other side, adapt and change the other humans. So taking basically all the aspects of like the carbon in their skin and the different ways that their body can strengthen, adding more muscle mass, like making a human into a human weapon, if that makes sense. I know none of it does.
Well, that makes sense. Okay, so
but it's kind of like harvesting one person to make another person a stronger, more evolved human.
So, and then what's being done with that thing? They consume it. Who consumes it? What does?
Well, it's like a two-chamber thing. Okay. Sacrifice human goes on one side, real human goes on the other. Human is sacrificed, and the other one is altered and changed into like this more adapt one. You know what I mean?
Oh.
That's what it is. And when that transfer happens, they think it's just going to affect the genetic makeup of this new guy, make him stronger, make him like more vulnerable. But part of the emotions and the brain and the soul of that person is also put in. So it's kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde weird monster they create.
Yeah, no, okay, that makes perfect sense.
Well, not perfect sense,
no,
but it
that
makes more sense.
But I mean, so the only thing is...
Yeah.
So they're getting one individual person's goop at a time?
Yeah, it's just one chamber. Because in this story, it's going to be like the geneticist that's brought in is just told that this is going to be like a new type of cancer treatment that they're going to put different people in. They're working on the blueprint. This is the first machine they've ever made. It will be like a mass-produced thing where they can put like multiple people in at one time and multiple something like that's the goal. But in the events of this book, they're working on just a two-chamber
I imagine at first, like, it would be like they're having schizophrenia. Like, that would be the first thing you would think is I'm having, like, someone else's memories or something. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Memories that come through, like, their whole personality changes and adapts into someone else.
They're talking a different accent or something.
Different, like, just different things charge them. And then also, like, the main thing that I've also wanted is, like, a purplish black skin is what they get. Because the whole thing is they want, like, immortal and invulnerable soldiers that can be hit by anything. So there's this one.
The purpose of doing it.
That's the purpose of it. So they can make soldiers that can just take over entire countries.
Yeah.
And the lore that I've been working on is mapping out what's happening in the world to make them need those soldiers. So, and this is the thing. Like, every day I'll write a little bit in this, like, 50-page document I have about what's going on in the different worlds and what's happening here.
And why would they need the soldiers?
Why would they need the soldiers? Well, we won't dive into all of it.
But you have an answer, though.
I do have an answer. We won't dive into all of it because I don't. Truly, I think with something like this, eventually, like, when the book is out, or when I, like, have finished the book, then I'll be able to give synopsises. But because I have just the story base and, like, lore, I would just be talking your ear off about, like, oh, this thing is this and this thing is this, and it wouldn't make any sense.
It's interesting because it just makes me wonder, even with films, but especially novels, like, how much of the world and all this stuff is planned out, and how much of that stuff is given. Like, if it's a film, like, how much of that is given to the actors and all the people working on it, you know?
Right.
How much backstory they're given that you never even see. Like, all that stuff that plays into it that you as the audience don't even ever really know in the first place. But it does add to the experience.
It does.
A book is a whole other level.
A book is a different level. I think it definitely, it depends on what media you're doing, and it also depends on the story. Like with The Sopranos, for example, they had a good idea of the beats they were going to hit in season 1, where the characters are going to go, what's going to happen as our season climax, all that kind of stuff. But with a lot of TV shows and pilots, you don't know if it's going to make it past season 1.
Right.
So you have to figure out a conclusive way to end that season where people are like, that's good, I like it, but I want more. But with a book, you could release a 1,000-page book. You can you can release whatever the fuck you want. So you can just keep writing and writing and writing. And that's why books take either, like, 2 weeks to make or 10 years. Like, people will be working on this shit forever. I had this idea for this book senior year of high school.
Yeah.
So it's been effectively 5 years that I've thought about it and worked on it a little bit. And I'll probably, I want to have it done by the end of this year, but it might take a long time. But
there's a clip of George R. R. Martin talking to Stephen King on stage, and he asks him, like, how do you write your book so fast? Like, how the fuck do you write your book so fast? And it's just funny because it's George R. R. Martin, who's known for writing his book so slowly, talking to Stephen King, who's known for writing a shit ton of books while he's on coke.
He just throws them out. Well, that's the answer. He just coke.
Yeah,
he just coke.
Coke's the answer.
And George R. R. Martin's a slacker. That's the answer between both of them.
Yeah.
I have another thing that I've been working on too, which has been a lot faster. It's like an animated series about superheroes with, like, the worst powers ever.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's like the worst superhero team.
Let me present one for you. I just came up with it just now.
Yeah.
Squirrel Man. Or no, not Squirrel Man. Skunk Man.
Skunk Man.
Skunk Man. So he, like, functions just like a skunk.
That's great.
Like, he just turns around, just sprays the skunk spray.
That's awesome.
They're all like, "Oh,
the skunk dude," and then, like, he's just fucking awful around him. Like, nobody wants to be around him.
None of the other superheroes would like him.
Like, no one's like, no, you can't join this
like
team.
Shit, dude.
That's his whole power.
There'd be this trail of smell following him all the time. Like, it was a cartoon. It'd be like that thing's coming off of him.
Oh yeah, that's great. I like that.
Skunk
I might have
Man.
to steal that.
It just came to me. I don't know how it came to me. Like, immediately when you said bad superhero, that Skunk Man's perfect.
I have a few. Like, there's one which is Wolfware. He's a reverse werewolf.
Okay.
So most of the time he's a skinny little wolf guy who's like kind of like smart, but he's a little brainiac. But then on a full moon, he turns into like Joe Rogan. So he loses all of his hair and he's like this big guy.
On a full moon only, though.
On a full moon only.
So he's only useful one day of, like.
Well, I mean, he's a wolf that can, like, bipedal and walk around. Because it's all the aspects of a werewolf just reverse. Like a normal guy on a full moon turns into a wolf creature.
Reverse werewolf.
But the reverse is literally just most of the time he's a wolf, but on there he turns into
But his werewolf form is not that strong though.
No, his werewolf form is a dude.
Just a regular dude.
He just turns into a guy on a full moon. That's his whole power.
So, but
he's never powerful. If that's
he's
what you're
always bad.
Yeah, he's bad.
Okay. And what other ideas you got?
I have this one I really like, a guy who just turns into a meatball. But the meatball is invincible, but he can't move. He's a meatball. So that's one.
Can it roll?
He's a meatball.
If someone else were to push him?
Yeah.
So if he had assistance.
If he had assistance, he could be crazy.
Is it like
he's a meatball.
Is it like that Adult Swim show?
No. It's not meatball
Hunger Aqua Teen Hunger Force. It's not like that.
But because he becomes the size of a meatball.
But he doesn't have a face.
Yeah, he just turns into a meatball.
Oh.
He can't talk.
But his consciousness is within it. What if somebody steps on it?
He's invincible.
So what if someone tries to eat it? It's like a gobstopper?
Yeah.
What if they swallowed him?
Well, he's in there. He could turn back into a human and like bust their skin.
Holy shit.
He's a meatball. That's it. He's an invincible meatball.
Imagine someone chokes to death and was like, what happened? And then another human pops
out of his skin and shit.
Alien style.
That'd be awesome. And the main character is a girl who can see only a half second into the future. But like she's a regular person. Like sometimes people could like see half second into the future and be like dodge and shit, but like she could see and she'll just be like, wait, ow. Like that's her whole
half second into the future, not the past.
Not the past.
Trying to think of how that could be useful in any scenario.
Well, so this whole thing is going to be very comedy based, but it's also I've already mapped out a lot of that story too, and it's going to have a lot like more of a kind of like bigger, darker, more dramatic turn throughout the season. It's because I want it to be an animated show, so it'll like eventually we'll kind of like get into this whole plot and this idea of the world, and these characters will get better with their powers. The reverse werewolf guy, not really. He's always just going to be kind of a reverse werewolf dude, but like the main character, she'll learn how to like throw hands, and she'll learn how to incorporate like seeing into. She'll get a little bit of time gained on how far she could see into the future.
I was gonna say, I feel like 5 or 10 seconds would be better. 5 or 10 seconds would make it. Because I mean, 2 seconds, nothing's really plausible. But if you were to expand it to like 5 or 10, then she could actually do some stuff. It's like, oh, I knew how he was gonna react, so I said this instead.
Well, that's the whole point. Like the main character wants to be a hero, but her powers are so dog shit that she becomes like an assistant to this terrible team.
Okay.
And the team is like one of the worst teams in this superpowered world.
I want to help you come up with superheroes.
There's so many, dude.
There's so many great ideas.
And I love mentioning this to people because people will always tell me another power.
Do they really?
Oh yeah, one power I love is a guy that can teleport, but he can only teleport to places he's never been.
Ooh.
So like he'll be like, I'm on my way, and he'll teleport to like some place in the Serengeti.
but is he planning on going to the Serengeti, or
no.
He never even knows where he's going?
He never even knows where he's going. So I think that would be funny to insert him in episode 1 as part of the team, where he warps away
and then he never
comes back.
Like 2 seasons later.
2 seasons later, he pops back. He's like, "Holy shit, I made it!"
That'd be so funny.
And like little joke characters like that, dude, all throughout.
Yeah.
I've like, there's this one person. One guy told me about this one. Which I'm going to say sorry already. If this makes the cut or whatever.
Okay.
I'm going to apologize for this. But it's a janitor whose ability is to switch people's genders.
Oh.
And they're known as...
With his touch?
Yeah, they're known as the Tranitor.
The Tranitor! Let's go.
And I think they wanted to introduce that as like a villain. And I was like, it could be funny if they were like more like an anti-hero. And then eventually they just open up a shop to help people with sex changes. They're not even like... doing superhero shit anymore. They're literally just using their power as a business.
They could turn face.
But I don't know why he said janitor. He was like, it's got to be a janitor. I was like,
Tranitor.
Why? Well, yeah, but he didn't even think about that.
Oh, no, that was you?
Yeah. That came up later. He was like, a janitor who can change people's genders. That'd be funny.
Yeah, I wonder why janitor.
Who knows?
Tranitor works really well, though.
Tranitor does. The name makes it worth it.
That makes it worth it.
Everything else is like, we don't need this, but the name kind of makes it worth it.
And also, I like the idea of them being like a villain that just like is just like one tapping people into different genders.
Yeah.
Like what makes them a villain is they're doing it without consent. Like it's like they're just I'm just walking up to you. Oh, you got a dick now.
Like fully. There's a One Piece character who has a power set that's very similar to that.
Really?
Yeah, they
a gender transitioner.
They have a hormone injecting fingers that they will touch you and you'll become a different gender.
Yeah, you don't want that.
You don't want that, or maybe you do.
If you want it, then it's good, but it's got to be with consent. That's my whole point. If you had that's what makes them a villain. If you just had somebody who could just tap you, Midas touch, change your, like, make your vagina become a wiener. No. I don't want that.
No.
That's bad.
No, why'd you go John Mulaney with that? No,
it's just bad, dude. It's bad all around. I can't see a bright side of that. I can't see, unless, like you said, you do it like a comic book. They turn face, the end, it comes back around. They just open up a shop. They start doing it consensually.
Well, I think like
they
eventually,
see
like
the error of their ways.
They're season 1 weird villain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that pops in for half an episode, and you're like, "What the fuck is this?" And they're just kind of having fun. And then like season 2,
maybe, I feel like they got to transition one of the heroes. I feel like they have to end up transitioning a hero.
And that
the
hero
question
stays
is which
that
one.
way.
Yeah,
that could be fun. I'd be down with that. That'd be a funny way to do it.
Because you never see it coming, you know.
No.
And that's even weirder than killing a character off. Like no one has ever seen it before. Just transitioning a character is mid storyline.
But yeah, dude, that's
it's like
hilarious.
Aquaman's a girl now, I guess. It just happened,
dude. That's. So
I'm trying
funny.
to think of. Excuse me. I'm trying to think of more.
Yeah,
more
well,
heroes.
I mean, I'll give you like a few more basic ones. The leader of the team he's like a Captain America who ended up getting booted off the big team.
Okay.
Because he doesn't have a shield. So like every Captain America like clone you see, Soldier Boy from they all have a shield. Same way as like Superman. Well, his name is All American, and he has a baseball bat. Oh. So he's themed after that. And he was the main guy on the team. He was the super soldier guy on the team. And then they're like, no, wait, this guy's got a shield. He's better. That's the only reason he's different. So they make this guy go run this terrible team, and now he's like addicted to drugs and
you know what I think would be good too is if there's like a storyline where he has trauma related to shields, like people try to get him to use a shield.
That's
and
so
it
funny you
fucks
mentioned
him
that
up.
because that's part of it. Like anytime he sees a shield, he loses his shit.
It has to be.
Because that's what took his life. A guy with a shield who had his same powers, but he just had a shield. He was like, they could have given me a fucking shield. Like that's it.
In my mind, that's his whole character.
Yeah, that's literally his whole thing.
Fucking shield.
So he's fucked up, but like the shields are definitely that's definitely gonna be. I think I'm gonna have a part where he's in like a big battle and like he has the option to take a shield, and that would save him, and he'd be like, "Fuck no."
He's like dramatically injured or something.
Yeah, he gets absolutely rocked.
Yeah, but okay, I had one on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah,
but I couldn't think of it. Maybe somebody their power is everything they ever buy is 20% off. Everything.
Okay.
Everything they ever buy.
So reality bending shit.
But they have to buy it. It has to be them.
They have to buy it.
Like no one else can go in the store for them. It's not like a coupon I can give you. They have to go in and buy it. So like everybody's always trying to buddy with this person, and
they don't want to have any friends. They're just like dejected. Like people only want me for my 20% off. And then maybe a whole arc is like this one girl. He feels like he finds a true connection, love connection. And at the end, she's like, "Can we go to the store?" And he's like, "Fuck."
This is so funny because I mean 20% off is 20% off. That's not nothing.
Yeah,
that's actually probably one of the best powers of all.
Yeah, that's a great power.
But the problem is the problems that come with it.
Yeah,
a lot of problems come with
the people
that
come around there.
Yeah. Okay, so that's one. That's one for sure.
I had one of the members.
Someone who can jump 7 feet high. 7 feet high.
You're giving very specific. I like these too because these are like specific, and they can be used, but not really in a combat scenario. The ones that I've given for like the team, because they will get into the spot where they actually have to fight, are like things that they can fight with, or like things that can do that. I've thought of a few like characters that can be like flying around. The 20% off guy would not be on the main team.
No,
but he'd be a guy that comes in,
recon, bro.
Yeah, he'd be a guy that comes in and fucks around. I love the idea of. And this is where we could use the Tranitor, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I loved an idea of a guy named Lawyer Man, who's just a lawyer, but he is the lawyer for like all superheroes. and his sidekick is Paralegal. But Paralegal girl transitions into Paralegal person.
Oh no!
And he doesn't know how to feel about that. That's gonna be the whole character dynamic where he's like, it's lawyer man and Paralegal, and he's like, and she's like, no, or they're like, no, that's not me anymore. He's like, well, fuck, my bad. He always is fucking it up. That's definitely gonna be.
And it was nobody's choice. It was fucking the Tranitor coming.
It could
along.
be the Tranitor. I was initially gonna have it be like Paralegal person was like, yeah, I'm gonna just transition. That's like who I want.
I like that, but I think maybe you do both. You have them already having the seed, and then Tranitor overhears it. Tranitor's like, this is the origin story. Tranitor is doing like janitoring around nearby, cleaning something, and the conversation's happening within earshot. And then right after that happens, you have like the Green Goblin scene where the Tranitor gets their powers. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Dude, the Tranitor is like the greatest name ever. That is the greatest
I love
name
it.
for a person whose powers are to change people's genders, and they're also just a janitor. Like, that is the stupidest fucking character. It's so great, dude. The Tranitor made me initially when I thought of
come
the
up
show.
with more villains too, because that's like the perfect villain for what you've got going. Like,
well, I saw this one. Like initially at the end of season 1, and in season 2 there will be real villain, like actual like cosmic powers. Because the whole idea is this team is bad, but they actually have some real connections. It's like it's gonna be dramatic and like be a really cool animated show. But also
I would
have a lot
say
of comedy
wait till
throughout.
season 3. I would say even season 2, maybe
be
get a
in there.
little more serious. I wouldn't
Maybe.
go full throttle because the thing is you don't want to overshoot it if you're trying to go season. You might want to stretch it out a little more.
Yeah, the reasoning that I have it on the level that it is now is because I want to introduce like this is the worst team ever. They're the worst team out of the U.S., but there are real superheroes in this world, and there are real like powers that are to be. But at the end of the first episode, at the end of the pilot, there's a cosmic guy, kind of like a conqueror of worlds, who sees this energy surge from the main character in Cleveland. This is all set in Cleveland, by the way.
Yeah.
Their superhero team is the Cleveland Defense Force. That's the team. But he sees this energy surge in Cleveland, and so he's like, that's where I'm going. So from episode 1, even though they're fighting, there's kind of some joke characters and the shit, you know that there's a cosmic entity that is on their way. And so there's dramatic lines throughout all of it, but the characters are really interesting and comedy tone throughout all of it. So they'll fight, they'll have episodes where they fight like stupid villains, and it'll be kind of like something you could just like throw on and be like, I'm laughing at this. But there's also that story that's kind of going through. These people, some of their powers are a little stronger or more connected to the universe than they think they are. And that's where my like realities of how my mind work mesh.
I've got an idea.
The stupidest characters of all time than an actual story.
Because that's an inspirational. Because what the implication of something like that is that you don't need these super perfect characters and this perfect group of people to make a good story. They can all have flaws, and they can all that could be a better story.
Completely.
And also them overcoming those flaws is the story. Them like learning to overcome them and to utilize those flaws and turn them into strengths, like to train their weaknesses and strengths. I was gonna say too, the guy who disappears, who teleports. Okay,
Right.
so say you have this big cosmic entity, you have it from the beginning. Guy teleports like first episode or 2 in. So now when he comes back, season 2, season 3, he's gonna say, "Oh guys, I'm back." And then like at first it seems like, oh, he's just back and everything's normal. But then it's like, oh wait, by the way, guys, I forgot to mention, I totally like, and then it's totally related to the plot. He teleported to the place where the cosmic entity was, and da. And then everybody's like, you know, what the fuck are you talking about? Or like maybe it's like something comes along, and so he's like, wait, I recognize that guy. Why would I recognize that guy? That guy was at the resort I was chilling at in Maui for like 3 months before I decided to come back.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, wait a minute, he's Satan, or however it works, right?
Yeah.
He's the bad guy. But the other part of it is, you know, he teleports again, he goes to the wrong place, teleports again, he goes to the wrong place. But eventually, at the very end, oh, crazy moment. He's like, you got to use the Force, John. You got to use the Force. You got to teleport. You can't fuck up. And he's like, all right, I'm not going to fuck up. And then he teleports, and The question is, does he or does he not fuck up? But that would be like end of the story, you know? And it's up to you whether or not he fucks up in the end. That's up to you. That's your choice. I think it might be funnier if he still fucks up in the very end.
Fucks up in a way that
it's like a high stakes situation.
You know? Well, like there's and that's the funny thing
he's supposed
too.
To teleport on them, but he teleports above them and just falls on them or something.
Yeah, like does something crazy.
Like close enough.
I've created all these different like real superheroes too. Like there's gonna be Superman guy.
Ooh, Superman guy.
Like because there's always a Superman clone in every one of these. Just like there's a Batman clone in all of these. I haven't done a Batman, but the superhero guy.
There
Superman
is always a Superman clone everywhere, every time.
Always. Yeah. There's always a Flash, Superman. There's always that. Wonder Woman. Like basically the Justice League is always recreated in everything.
Has Man been done? Man-Man's good.
Don't think so. What is Man-Man?
Basically Superman. That would be my Superman.
That'd be yours?
Man-Man, yeah.
My guy is a guy who is...
Superman guy's pretty good, too.
Superman guy's pretty dope. He's got all the Superman powers, but he's such a dumbass.
Yeah.
He means well, but he's like the dumbest person ever. His name's Solid Gold.
Is he kind of like one of those like dog guys? Like he kind of has the mind of a dog?
Yeah, kind of like that. But he's also very self-absorbed, and he's kind of like always checking his hair and flying around like doing that. And he's just a dumb fuck. But
like,
he will.
It's like
have
if Homelander wasn't evil, but just a fucking idiot, right?
If Homelander wasn't evil, was an absolute idiot, and really, really, really cared about like hitting on women and his looks. Like that was like his main thing. But
now,
he will have
like,
a moment. He'll have a moment where he gets like knocked down. Everyone's like "fuck you," and he'll go back and train, and they'll come back and he'll be a little serious, but
a little less of a womanizer.
A womanizer.
Now is he like a James Bond type of womanizer? Like he's with the ladies, or is it more like less cool? Like how's his relationship with the ladies work?
The ladies love him because he's like one of the. I mean, he's like the Superman, but he's not good at his job. Like his team should be the #1 team, but they are like a terrible team because he's never like working with them, never helping them.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, and I've really loved this project specifically because of everything you're talking about. Like I get to think of so many funny superhero ideas, so many funny character ideas, and then think about how can I make this person have growth, or how can I make him have no growth and be the same person but work into the story. So I have two things that I'm working on right now. This one novel that's very serious and about emotion and soul, and then another one like, yeah, what if a superhero could like touch someone's penis and they grow 5 inches? What about that? Is that something? Like,
yeah.
That's the two projects I've been working on.
I just got another one. So maybe one of the villains could be like what they've got is in their apartment.
Yeah.
So they've got like a hole in the ceiling, like one of those sunroofs. So coming through is the sun. So only every day for like an hour, they're harnessing sunlight.
Okay.
And they've got a magnifying glass, and it's charging up this beam. Okay.
Okay.
So they're charging the beam for months and months and months and months and months.
Yeah.
And then one of these days, like, you know, this is the way they're introduced to the story, is they just like show up and they shoot the beam and it hits one of them, like a character in the eye. They go, ah! And their eye gets hit and they're blinded in one eye. And it's like, what the fuck was that? It was a laser beam. And then they find out it was this person who charged this little beam over the course of like 8 months. And they've got 9 more. You know, they've got 9 charged beams.
9 more charges.
9 beams. Ready to shoot.
It would be funny too if we show that person charging the sunlight, and in the background are like the past couple episodes worth of fights that we've been seeing. Like throughout this entire time, he's just been charging this shit.
I just like the concept of like the fact they've been around forever, just charging.
Yeah, just charging shit and getting ready.
Just every day they get a little bit more.
And I'm a big fan of like the minute that a character is introduced into the world, they become like a dedicated part of the world. Like, I'm not a fan of throwaways. Like if I create a villain that is stupid,
I think Breaking Bad did that really well. They didn't.
Breaking Bad did that.
They
really
never
well, yeah.
made a character. Like every character they introduced, they never felt irrelevant. Yeah, and like because a lot of shows fail so hard because it's so hard not to do that.
Yeah.
You're trying to build a story and trying to add stuff and make it feel bigger and the lore feel bigger, and you're gonna eventually add characters, and so it's very hard not to add a throwaway character or two where you're only gonna see them every now and then. A good throwaway character doesn't hurt. But it's just, you know, a lot of things end up relying on just throwing people out there every now and then. And people become disposable at a certain point. I mean, like Stranger Things, look at something like that where like 10 of the 20 characters are throwaway characters. Half the cast is a throwaway character.
The main characters in Stranger Things are all important, and they let some people have their moment, but I loved Stranger Things when it first came out. I was a big fan of it.
Yeah, the first season is phenomenal, and it holds up.
I would even say seasons 1 through 3 I was a very big fan of.
People hate on 3 a lot. I think 3 was still good. I think
3 was good. 3 was good.
3 and 4 up to 4 was fantastic, and 4 wasn't like
4. Dude, 4. 3 was pretty good.
Yeah,
but 4 came out and introduced Vecna, and it was like wild. Like, it was great. They took a show that was like, it felt like it was on the decline, and they brought it right back up. And I liked the season finale. I was like, the series finale. I liked it. I didn't think it was anything entirely particularly special, but I thought it was a good way to wrap the story. But whenever anyone says they have problems with that show, I can see them. I liked it all, but I can see them.
Oh, Lord. It's just, I don't even know where to start. I mean, I just think it's actually kind of similar to Game of Thrones, where you had 2 people who had a show and they were involved with the show and they were about to get out of the show and move to some other project with, I think it was Netflix, just like it was Netflix with D&D, who had Game of Thrones. It's like those are the 2 brothers. I forget their names. Yes. D&D. And so they were left with the task. The Dungeons and Dragons guys, the D&D, the Game of Thrones guys. They were left with the task of finishing George R.R. Martin's story because he still hasn't finished the books. So they kind of had to finish that story. And George R.R. Martin, he's been quoted saying like the show should have been 12 or 13 seasons or something like that. Yeah. So it's clear that they rushed it and they kind of just ran to the ending. And you can kind of tell because apparently George R.R. Martin gave them the cliff notes of how it was supposed to end and where things were supposed to go, at least what was floating around in his mind at the time. Because who knows, he might have changed his mind by now, especially after the show had the ending it did. So they make their own ending, and they were supposed to go do a Star Wars movie right after that. That was the whole plan, is they were going to go do a Star Wars movie, and it was going to be right after Game of Thrones ended. But then Game of Thrones' ending was it was received so badly that they lost the Star Wars movie. And I think the same exact thing is happening with the Stranger Things guys now, where they have all the success from Stranger Things, and they were thinking, oh, we're going to have this thing coming off the tail of Stranger Things, so let's just rush the ending of the show, let's just pump it out, get it over with, because who gives a fuck? I mean, I feel like half the actors don't even really care in the last season. They're just kind of doing it at this point. And because and you can even tell it's not even a personal opinion. It's like Netflix released the behind the scenes stuff on their thing. And it's funny just seeing people talk about it because it's almost as if Netflix released it just to cover their bases. Like, no, this wasn't. Like, this wasn't us. This wasn't us. This was them.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It really was. It was a rushed ending. I would not equate it like the Game of Thrones ending, though. Because the Game of Thrones ending was.
Can I tell you? I thought Game of Thrones did better.
Yeah,
I thought Game of Thrones had actual stakes. Because I didn't like the Game of Thrones ending at all, but at least things happened in the last season where it was like, oh, that feels like an ending. Like, oh, this person died and this person betrayed this person. And like things had a conclusion and there were endings. And that I liked.
I think in Stranger Things, if in that final season, Vecna actually was able to get onto Earth.
Yeah.
Then I think that would
Well, that's what they presented at the end of season 4.
When he walked on. When he walked through the portal, when he gets onto Earth. And the whole stakes were like, oh, the dimensions are going to collide, and then eventually he'll gain access to Earth. But if he gained access to Earth, and they found a way to seclude him back again or to destroy him, that would be real stakes. Because then he would be on the planet, and they'd have to find a way to stop him.
Well,
that literally would have been...
I knew season 5 was shit from the jump, because at the very end of season 4, that was what they did. Like, season 4 was... Like we said, it was pretty all right. It was pretty good.
I thought it was gas. I thought season 4 was actually gas.
I think it was good, but I think that them creating Vecna and doing all that, it is the reason that you ended up with season 5 the way it was, because they backed themselves in a corner where they explained too much and they went too far into the backstory of everything, where before it was just this,
it was the Flayer.
It was just some monster that existed. Mind Flayer. It's a demogorgon just running around.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just this monster out there in this world that we don't even understand. And then season 4, you go and you kind of over-explain it and you humanize it. I think that's the worst thing they could have done, is humanize the Upside Down and give it a body. And that's what Vecna is. It's a human that you can look at and has human motivations. And before it was, what's the word? I'm forgetting the word, but it's like a monster. Like it's like what you would call a giant monster in the sea. It's not Lynchian.
Kraken?
Kraken is the monster I'm referring to, but I'm talking about like the word you would use to describe it. Sometimes I forget what the word is.
Oh. I'm not familiar.
I'm not gonna remember. Lovecraftian.
Oh yeah, Lovecraftian.
But that's what it was at first. It was a Lovecraftian monster.
Horrors, yeah.
And it was a Lovecraftian horror. That's what Stranger Things is at heart for the first couple seasons. And then when you introduce a Vecna, all of a sudden it's not a Lovecraftian horror anymore. It's kind of like when it's what went wrong with when you're having the mystery of who killed Laura Palmer on Twin Peaks. Mm-hmm. David Lynch never wanted to reveal who killed Laura Palmer because he thought that was like the golden goose that laid all the eggs. But the studio made him do it. And that's where the show falls apart, is right after they say who killed Laura Palmer. Now the cat's out the bag and there's no ultimate mystery or ultimate thing to wonder about or believe in anymore. Now it's just all over the place. And so I think what happened was Stranger Things was all about this mystery and all about this, what is the Upside Down, and like inspiring that mystery horror, like up the different world Lovecraftian thing.
Yeah.
And you lose, especially the Mind Flayer with season 2, they took it to another level. And if they would have kept it with that, and that's actually what a lot of the fans...
That's why I thought season 3 was great, because they actually showed the Mind Flayer getting onto the planet. And that was really cool.
Yeah.
That was a really cool thing that season 3 really did well. There's a lot of parts of season 3 that were like, this is just mid, but they made the Mind Flayer on Earth, which was great.
I agree.
I think a lot of Stranger Things' problems, when it comes to like the story, in my opinion, and a lot of people might not agree with me on this, is because the main characters are children.
They were children,
but they're still they're children
in the story.
They graduate at the end of season 5 of high school. They're kids
in the story, but I mean now they're like 20.
Yeah, but that's not the point. Like during everything, and they're still kids. I still think like 20-year-olds are young as fuck.
Yeah,
the fact that 5 to 6 children are the only thing that can stop this planetary thing, and even if it's in the 80s, are the only ones that know about it, besides like 2 scientist camps in the military that's doing very little. It made no logical sense. Like in the first season where they're trying to like save Will, that made sense because it was a human story. Like our kids out there, there's also like the D&D aspects of it, the way that kind of worked, that made a little bit more sense. But every season, it's like somehow these children are the only way that we can defeat cosmic horror. Yeah. Like, that didn't make sense. I think...
Well, and in like season 5, it's like now we're at the point where the kids just know all the rules to the cosmic horror like, and the exact thing.
And that was the biggest problem about season 5 to me. The fact they get in there and like Lucas just knows everything about like what's gonna happen, and like he's smart. You can even say he's a genius, dude. But there are geniuses out there that should have been able to figure that out miles before Lucas could, especially if they had been stepping into this world and surveying it. Like, there's no chance.
They're just taking shortcuts. They're just taking shortcuts with the story, and
they're taking shortcuts, and it just didn't make sense. I don't have an answer for how that could have been done better. Maybe like a time skip, and the kids are now older in season 2, and like they build like a dramatic story out of it. It would lose some of the charm initially that Stranger Things has, but I don't have an answer. But I always watch that show thinking, why the fuck are these preteens and teenagers the only ones fighting this thing?
Well, in the story, it's always presented as the military. I mean, especially against season 5, the later seasons, the military is disposable. They're just idiots. They don't even know what to do about this stuff if they tried. They just keep it under wraps. It's like secret CIA black ops operations that no one knows about. It's under wraps, and then that's why like 11 is they're trying to track her down, because the whole point at the beginning is like no one's supposed to even know about this, and it's like the Illuminati at first. No, I remember, I forgot about it, but in season 1. It's MK Ultra, like they tie it with MK Ultra, and I forgot about that it was MK. That's how they introduced 11 as an MK Ultra patient.
I've read for school, because I went to screenwriting school. For school, we read the story Bible for them. That was actually something we studied, the Stranger Things story Bible. So it used to be called Montauk. There was a whole bunch of like different things about the story, but it was MK Ultra. It was MK Ultra and Eldritch Horror meets Dungeons and Dragons and meets that. That was the whole idea behind the story, and it makes sense. And it's why season 1 was so great. Yeah, it makes sense. And I think I like how they stayed with it. There's a lot of things I like. I like Vecna for certain reasons. I think him being patient 1 and like that kind of being the big bad is also what 11 is a really good way to wrap the story. Where I don't understand is why even though they explained it, how the fuck did he get to that dimension? How the fuck is he in charge of all these guys? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and it's just because they wanted to put a face to all of it. It's not.
They wanted to, like, I know 11 sent him into the shadow realm, but still, it doesn't make sense. And it's like, and they wanted to put a face to it, and it would have been good. But I think equally, if you just had Vecna be a monster who controls these things, maybe he doesn't even have the psychic powers.
People were trying to say like he would be controlled by the Mind Flayer itself, that he was never in control and it was the Mind Flayer, and they kind of did that in the finale.
There's a little bit about that,
but they didn't really commit to it, because they kind of had him go, no, he's not in control. But I mean, I even feel like you have to do that right, because otherwise it's a cop-out. Otherwise it's one of those like, oh, he was never bad. He was never bad. And he was actually just misguided.
And it was a 50-50. Like, he was bad, misguided, but he was also like that. That's how it was coming out. And then he was like, no, I'm not. I'm a good. Like, I was in charge. I'm bad. It was a mid-ending. They should have just had a weird Mind Flayer creature, full-form Mind Flayer, with an army of Demogorgons break through that portal at the end of season 4 and be attacking the world. That's what it should have been. Mm-hmm. And if Vecna was there, Vecna is not human. He's just the creature guy. He just has the creatures. He's the big creature man.
So that's what I was going to say. So
that's all they need to do. That's all they need to do.
At the end of season 4, they come out, they look, and it's a fucking apocalypse. That was the end of season 4.
That's the end of it.
They walk out, they look, it's an apocalypse. So if you saw the end of season 4, you're going to tune in, it's season 5. You're thinking that it's going to be the apocalypse
season.
And that's what bummed me out. And that's why I knew it was not going to be good from the start, because that was the promise you were given. And the explanation everybody was saying was, oh, well, you have to do a time jump because everybody looks older. It's like, you could, but still, the way they did it was just, you can't reverse the stakes and go back. It actually would have been so much better, in my mind, if you just did the apocalypse season, where everything, shit hit the fucking fan. Everything's crazy. Vecna and Demogorgons are in the fucking town. They're killing people. Shit is bad. Like, that would have been nuts if that was the final season, and that's what you had set up. Was that?
That's what they set up.
They had it ready to go.
They could have gone there,
and not only that, it would fulfill the arc of the whole show in my mind, because the whole thing is about like, the Upside Downs entering the real world slowly. Like, what happens if they ever cross over? What's going to happen?
Right.
And when you don't commit to that, when you did commit to that, it just says so much about the way they're writing. Like, I think of it as like, the show is written by people with commitment issues. Like, it's literally, that's the problem, is they can't commit to killing people off. They can't commit to any choice that's bold at all. Everything they do is safe. Yeah. And it's the laziest thing you could do if you have a show that's like, they're only doing it because they're so scared of what might happen if they make an actual choice. That's why it's so boring.
Hop is one of my favorite characters. He's one of, if not my favorite character.
Killed him twice,
and he should be dead. He should be dead, and I love him, dude. His name's Jim too. His name's Jim too, and he had so many moments where he made his peace and was
at
like.
The end of season 3 would have been a great time when he, or was it when he had the whole sacrifice scene and all that? That would have been good.
That would have been a good time. It would have been a good time.
And then he's off in Russia.
I think that was okay. I was okay.
You're all right with that? Well, what's the other time? You think
the other time was like in season 5, halfway through. he had that whole thing in the Upside Down where he was like had the bombs on him and everything, and then he was gonna sacrifice himself, but he didn't.
Oh right.
And, like all that shit. And, like and that also that trope. I'm gonna sacrifice myself, but it didn't. That happened like 2 or 3 times in that whole season. And like if they made that into a big moment, if it was the apocalypse season, if everything we wanted just came true, and it was the apocalypse season, and he sacrificed himself early on in the season, it would make stakes so much bigger, and it would actually prove that they could do a choice like that. I know the best time would have been Russia. Like that moment, it would have been absolutely the best time.
Well, it just made that's when they made
they made it seem like that, and they made it seem like a real thing.
They're supposed to fucking cry on everything, dude. Like they made it seem like you read a letter and he's dead, and you're reading his letter and he's dead. But they did. Oh my god, that made me mad because like when that's like to me. That's along the same lines of when you're watching something, and unless it's done particularly well, because there are ways you can pull this off, but you're watching something and you watch somebody do something unbelievable. Like I just pull out a gun and I shoot you, and then we cut to like, oh, it was a dream. Ruse was dreaming, and we were just talking the whole time. But it's like but the reason it's shocking is because I was never told it was a dream,
right?
And so I just saw you do that out of context. And the reason that's annoying to me is because you just broke the rules of your story. So now I don't trust you anymore. Now I know the rules are anything. You could just have a dream sequence whenever.
You could just do whatever you want.
So like you could do it well if it's the right. Like I've seen people do that right, and they've made people make it fun every now and then.
Even though I like that Russian thing, really the only reason Russia was in season 4 is because they had to bring Hart back.
Oh,
that's the only reason.
Because the Russian trope of the 80s, that was something they were always trying to incorporate. I mean, with the third season, they really dived into it with the mall thing and under the mall.
But if Hopper just died, they wouldn't even need to do any of that Russia thing.
Yeah,
there was nothing else, and this is what is telling about how much of that choice they made to keep him alive. That entire arc in Russia, would be no need for it if Hop died.
Yep.
And that's how you know that it was an unnecessary arc. It was an unnecessary choice. Yeah. Because if there was a real reason that they would be in Russia, a real reason for them to be there for something they need, and then they're like, oh, we can actually just bring Hop back too, then it would be a better choice. But they were like, oh no, we got to bring Hop back, so what do we do?
You're right.
Russian prison, Russian this, and then they have to go in there. That whole thing is just, Hopper's alive, by the way, and he's fighting a Demogorgon, now we got to go save him. There's nothing in there that actually ties into the story.
It would have been better even if you did all of that, but just don't have the characters' motivations be, oh, I think Hop is alive. Like, have it be,
we need to go to
this place. Like, she could be the same exact thing. She's getting a Morse code message or something from this. Isn't that what it was? She was getting a message from Hopper or something, like a Morse code message.
Yeah, both of them were.
But wouldn't it be better if she's receiving this message and she doesn't realize it's from Hopper? She's like, what the fuck? This is from some, like, weird... Wait a minute. This is probably connected to those same people that work in the...
That did the mall, and I'm going to go take them out because of XYZ because they took my Hopper.
And then she goes and she's about to chop some guy's head off, and the guy takes off his helmet. No, it's Hopper.
Yeah. And that would have been better, I think.
That would have been better. And even then, it's so stupid because you're telling me he's fucking alive because he jumped out of the way when the explosion happened, and I guess because he jumped out of the way when the explosion happened, he teleported to Russia? Is that what it was? The thing what it was with The Walking Dead when Rick died, because they did the same exact shit with Rick, where it was like you're way late into the lifespan of The Walking Dead. You've watched this show a long ass time. You know that Rick's on his way out, because that's the thing that the show would end up doing later on more and more is like people know the comic books and they know the meta, they know the lore.
They know know the shit about it behind it.
Yeah, so they know that Andrew Lincoln's about to leave the show. They know that he's going to get out of there. I mean, what is the show going to do without Andrew Lincoln? Who the fuck knows? So when they're doing this season, they know he's going to go, and so they have this whole climatic scene. Oh, the bridge is going to explode. The bridge explodes. Oh, Rick died. He couldn't have gotten out of there on time. And then they have like a whole episode worth of Rick, because I think they played it that way in the episode, but then at the end they reveal he's still alive. And then there's a whole episode of him like crawling around and like half dying and da-da-da-da-da. And at the very end he gets taken away by an airplane. And then that was supposed to be the Rick movie, but it ended up being a Rick TV show. That's what's fucking out now. The Walking Dead is like, it's so funny because it's literally a zombie. It became a zombie itself. It's a reanimated corpse. Like, that's what the show is.
Damn, that's so funny, dude.
Isn't that crazy?
Because that's really what it is. Yeah. And then they have, like Fear the Walking Dead, or like Blank of the Walking Dead. They have a million things. You know what's really funny about that too? You know who made that?
The writer,
the guys
Romero,
who made
right?
fucking the brothers who initially made The Walking Dead are the guys who made the American Dragon Jake Long show.
No.
Yes.
Who? What are their names? You know.
I can't think of them, but they are the same people. The brothers that made American Dragon Jake Long, and I know this because at the school I went to, my screenwriting professor wrote for Jake Long, and he was like, yeah, these guys were making this thing, and then they always had this one idea they were working with, is like some zombie thing, and then they came out with Walking Dead. They came out with the comics, the graphic novel,
and
then
it's Robert Kirkman, I think, is the guy who does the comics.
I don't think it's Robert Kirkman's the guy who does Invincible. And he could have written
the comics.
He could have written a lot of them. He could have written a lot of those. I'm just not sure.
I just don't know. I know that there was a legendary director involved in the first season. Yeah. I know that I thought the show originator. I thought that George Romero had something to do with it. Like, I want to say he was the director I'm thinking of, but yeah, I thought the comics was Kirkman. Maybe
it is
somebody
Kirkman.
Else. Yeah,
I didn't think it was Kirkman. So wait, who am I thinking of? Who created Walking Dead? Because I think. Maybe it is Kirkman. Maybe I'm just losing my mind. Tony Moore is who I'm thinking of. Tony Moore and Charlie Adlard.
Okay. And how are they involved somehow?
They were the ones who helped create it.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know there was anyone other than the guy.
Yeah. Jake Long. I'm just checking to make sure that this guy didn't tell me
some bullshit.
Some actual bullshit. He might have, low key. Yeah, because this thing's some guy Jeff Good. Maybe this guy just lied to me.
Yeah. Well, hey, this is how you learn, folks. This is learning. Have you guys
been fully lied? Been fully misinformed.
You better go talk to that guy.
I better go talk to him. Actually, I love that professor too. He's such a nice guy, dude. He's like literally the nicest professor I ever had. Maybe I'm botching it. Maybe it's like he was talking about something. I could have sworn it was Walking Dead. And
whatever.
Dragon.
But yeah. So
Robert Kirkman. How did I not know that?
I'm surprised I knew his name because I didn't even look it up, and I knew.
I'm a huge Invincible fan. Huge Invincible fan.
Yeah, you did whip that knowledge out. I didn't even know about that actually. Yeah. Invincible. That's
his thing.
That was a real live action show, right? That was adapted into another show.
Or was the animated show's out right now.
It was animated though. It wasn't live action. Okay.
It was a comic book, and love Robert Kirkman for this. He created the comic book mainly because he used to do story for Marvel and DC, and they never let him do anything.
Oh.
And he was like, "Fuck these guys. I have a better idea." And so he started putting out Invincible.
Is that the one that has the voice actor, the dude from Spider-Man? What's his name? Is there a big voice actor that's in Invincible?
Well, there's massive voice actors, but it depends on who you're talking about.
Who's the main guy?
Well, main guy is Steve Young.
Okay, that's not who I was thinking of.
Who is Walking Dead. He's in a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
That's probably why Robert Kirkman got him, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons is the big bad.
That's who I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, not the big bad, but whatever. You gotta watch the show.
What character does he play?
Omni-Man.
That's Superman, exactly what I was thinking of. Yeah, okay.
And then, Jillian Jacobs is one of the love interests, and she's
oh my God, she's one of my celebrity crushes. Oh my God, I love her so much.
Yeah. Watch Invincible. You would love it. You would love it.
Yeah.
For real. And it's not a show that you need to watch the comic for. You just got a bender.
Yeah.
But the guys have said that like the show is a better adaptation like of the actual story than the novel is because they've been tuning it. It's the same dudes. Robert Kirkman, the same people.
Interesting. So. Robert Kirkman, I wonder how he feels about the Walking Dead TV show and all this stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's gotten away from him in the same way. Like, it must be how it is whenever you sell your stories like that. Because Invincible's been pretty good. It's been well received as a show, as far as I know.
There's been a lot of history with that and with the comic and with everything. Invincible's been very well received. And in a lot of ways, they were like, we don't even know if it's going to work. We don't even know if it's going to do anything.
Yeah.
And they also didn't really market it.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of marketing out there for Invincible. They'll drop a season trailer, but they don't do anything else. So they've seen upticks and downticks, but Invincible as a show has been actually, like you said, very popular and very well received. And yeah, in some ways they kind of screwed themselves with a few things, but he's to be him, to create like a comic, be like, fuck you guys, I'm gonna make something better, and then have that comic go big enough for you to open your own comic book label, and then have Prime be like, yeah, we want to do a show, and have that show be so popular that you are now in the zeitgeist fully. I mean, the man killed it. Fucking legend, dude. Absolute legend.
I feel like I need to focus more on like writing stories. I feel like I have a big enough imagination. Like you tell me about writing a story and a sci-fi thing, and all this talk about creating shitty superheroes. It got me thinking. Maybe I need to
write a story, dude.
Write a story.
No, and the only reason I've been thinking about it a lot more is because I am a writer, and that's like what I have always wanted to do. So I'm trying to zone in and really get into that.
Like in the way that I would consider myself a musician first, would you consider yourself a writer first?
Yeah, and so
before everything else, like that's your main talent, is that?
Yeah, a lot of stand-ups say like, oh, I'm a writer, but I'm not a writer with stand-up. My stand-up bits are not like well written for stand-up.
Yeah, they're written in the format of stand-up.
They're written in format of stand-up. I'm a writer as in like I'm a story writer, like a story. Like that's kind of what I've always, my entire life, that's what I was. That's the only one thing that I was really good at.
So you have a bunch of stories you've completed then, presumably.
Yeah, or like ideas that I have floating around and full like different like short stories I've written. I have a ton of those. I have a few screenplays that I've finished. Nothing that I'm like proud enough of to be like, this is something.
Right.
But yeah, I've been writing since I was a kid. I've been doing like little things there.
Okay.
And then I always wanted to do stand-up, and so I did stand-up. I've been doing stand-up. Stand-up's been going good.
Yeah.
Then I always wanted to talk shit to people, so I did roast battle.
But writing,
my friend.
You'd rather be writing. Like that's what you'd rather have it be your thing.
If I could have my TV shows out there and then like do stand-up for fun.
So like if even in comedy, like you'd prefer being in a writing position?
It depends. I mean, stand-up is something like that I would never. I love to act and shit, and I love doing like sketch acting and all that. So the thing is for me, if any opportunity really became something that I could really pour everything into, I would.
Yeah.
Like if I had the opportunity to really become a sketch comedian and like be a face on like Key and Peele and shit, if that was still a thing or whatever, let's just play that scenario.
Yeah.
Then that's what I would want to do over anything. If I got a lot of like a stand-up tour that people were like, we want to do your tour, I'd do that. If I had my TV shows written, I'd do that. If someone was like, I'll pay you, $1 million every year to rub syrup on my balls and kiss me on the cheek, I'd do that. I'm a jack of all trades.
I mean, it depends. Like every day, a certain time is scheduled.
I'd do it for $1 million a year.
$1 million a year is good. I mean, so you're saying you take whatever opportunity is given to you?
Yeah, as long as it's something that I really enjoy. And I enjoy all that stuff. I enjoy syrup on balls. I really love stand-up. I really love writing. I really love like sketch and stuff like that. So
I'd love to see like someone test your limits, like see how much you'll whore yourself out. Like, hey, it's a children's birthday party. We need
Not
you.
that.
No?
No.
What if it's like someone you know? Like your family, like your niece?
No, I wouldn't do that.
No?
No. I mean, that's not testing your limits. That's like, do you want to go do a kid's birthday party? No. And it's also, I mean, it depends on
AA
what.
meeting. It's an AA meeting. They want a comic.
What do you
They're
want
gonna pay you. They're gonna pay you $200 for an AA meeting.
Do stand up at an AA? I would do that. I would do stand up at an AA meeting for less than 200.
100.
You could say
50.
You could offer me $20 for that. That's fun.
Okay.
That's fun.
So that's not a limit at all.
That's not a limit. Doing a kid's birthday party for stand up, I wouldn't do. I wouldn't dress up like a clown for a kid's birthday party. I wouldn't do like I wouldn't do that shit.
Okay. So I have a sketchy friend. He's hanging out with me.
Okay.
And he says, "Yo, bro, I'm throwing a party tonight. It's gonna be fucking awesome, bro. Gonna be totally lit. I'll throw you $40, bro. $40. I got it right here." He whips out 220s, starts dangling them around like this, and I'm like kind of eyeballing you across the room the whole time, and you catch that, and so then like you're like, oh yeah, maybe let me see my schedule, because you know what I did with my eyes, and then later when I'm with you alone, I'm like, hey man, let me just tell you, you can do his party, but it's a crack house. He's having a party at his crack house, and he's a crackhead. It's gonna be a bunch of crackheads, but he'll pay you. I'll throw in $20 because I feel bad for you. So we'll make it 60 if you do the thing. So you're gonna get $60, but you have to perform at a crack house.
Do stand up at a crack house?
And it's got to be 30 minutes.
30-minute set for $60
in front of crackheads at a crack house. Yeah,
I pay people more to do that in front of a reel. Like I pay people like way more than 60 to do a 30-minute set.
It's a lot. It's a good price.
Would I do it? Yeah, I'd probably do it. That sounds fun.
I'd be worried about my safety. It's a bunch of crackheads. I'd be worried I do a bit and they're like, oh.
No, you just do bits that you would normally do, like things of just like you ever run into that guy in front of the 7-Eleven and he's like bugging and he's like you know what I mean?
You just fucking
they're all like they're fucking loving it.
Do a podcast for.
You ever stab a guy for $5? Like I know you did. I know you have.
That crowd work would be legendary.
It would be. It would be crazy. It would be clips upon clips.
Okay, so maybe you'd be down for that. All right, so we haven't found your limit. I have not even gotten close.
No, I mean, you're my greatest enemy. The thing is, anything you could do, I could do better. I could do anything better than you. No, you can't. Yes, you can. That's you and me.
Are you dissing me right now?
I've never done that in my life.
That felt like a diss. That felt like some type of anything you can do, I can do better. That's like what you say to your sister before you punch her and then run away.
I was singing a song. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't.
But it's a song you were singing to me.
Yeah, I was.
Implying that you're better than me at things.
Yep, that's the implication.
See, that felt like a diss. You see how
it's
that
not diss. I don't know what you're talking about. It's not diss.
It's just like you kind of did a diss, and then you're gaslighting me. As soon as I say it's a diss, you're like,
I just don't know what you're talking about because it's not diss.
Okay.
But you also are dumb and stupid. Oh, that's not a diss.
You are not ready for my fire bars, bro. You are not ready. You're so fucked.
If you're gonna say you're not ready for my fire bars, I think I'm ready.
You are just setting yourself up, bro. You might as well just be pouring gas on yourself. But it depends on how you define gas, actually, because gas could be a whole lot of things. Gas like fire, like rap music.
I will pay you to drop a diss on me in the Jordan Peterson voice.
Have him on the song,
do like some math rap shit in Jordan Peterson's voice would be the funniest thing ever.
I mean, I wish I had more impressions I could actually do. It's really just those few. I can do accents, sort of. And
yeah, let's hear all those.
Yeah? You want to hear one?
Yeah, no. How about Chinese? Let's start there. Yeah, rip that one. Look into the camera.
Well.
No, don't do that. Don't do that one. Don't fucking do that one.
You sure? You want me to?
It's your show.
I mean, honestly, I just think it's funny because I don't think accents are that offensive. I've always wondered when that started because I have always just thought accents were just a thing. Like, I thought that you're supposed to kind of code switch a little bit when you learn like some type of language, and you're supposed to kind of speak in an accent. Like, if I was learning Chinese, I would kind of have to talk in a Chinese voice and do all these things.
Jim Balderston. 你的电话号码是多少?
Oh, see, that's pretty. Is that actual Chinese?
Yeah.
See, that's like a Chinese voice almost. See,
yeah, but see, you can't do that. You can't do
Can you not? I
can't
don't
just
What are the rules? I don't know.
The rules are you gotta speak it or you can't do it. That's the rule.
See, I wish I could. And like, the other thing is, like, you know, when I was a kid, I thought it was funny that Apu would say, "Thank you, come again." I thought that was really funny. And I thought, like, it's funny, and I still think it's funny that if I get a phone call and it's a scam, it is most likely to sound like this. And that's because the Indian government has a poor way of stopping that from happening. Like, that is the actual truth. There are call centers in India, and that's where spam calls.
Call centers.
There are call centers in India, and it's a beautiful country.
Now.
A lot of commerce. I mean,
Lots
call
of
centers.
commerce.
I ran a call center or two, but it was
they actually exist.
But I mean, like, it's so funny. I actually fell for it recently because, you know, maybe I was trying to be, you know, I was trying not to be judgmental. But like, they called me and they were saying they're Xfinity, and it was an Indian accent. Not like I was tipped off by that, because I wasn't. Because I'm thinking like, okay, well, it's an Indian accent, but whatever. I mean, I don't care. They're saying they're Xfinity, and they say they know my name and they know my address, so they must know. And they're saying like my thing's about to run out and da 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 da. The thing was, after like 25, 30 minutes, they then say, oh, well, okay, so we're going to be able to get you that new deal where you only pay like $30 per month for 2 years, but you have to pay us in Target gift cards because it's a deal with Target. So you have to run to Target. And so then I just start saying to them, like, are you serious? Like, okay, well, like, why would I believe that? Da, 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 da. And then, like, the call lasted another 5 or 10 minutes because I felt so stupid that I even fell for it for that long. But that, like, they talked to me the whole time. They got me there. And so yeah, but
they train on how to do it. They train on how to reel you in.
Yeah, if I was somebody who didn't know game, if I didn't know ball, they would have gotten me.
They would have gotten you.
Russian accent. The Russian accent.
Do not redeem.
Do not redeem. Do not redeem. No, stop. Close that browser.
It's one of the funniest videos of all time.
And you know what's so funny is like those guys. I don't know if you've seen like Kit Boga. He's on YouTube. Yeah. Oh, it's so great because they just do these like 30-hour streams where they're fucking stringing these guys along, and that's the best way you can do justice is feed them their own medicine, waste their time.
That's literally the best way.
Those are the only people I think doxing. It's totally fair. You should be doxing them. You should tell people exactly where it's happening and where the origin, where the facility is that it's taking place. Because normally I think that's unethical. With those guys,
I like when they hack the cameras and like turn it on them, and you get a little live feed of them,
and then they like show them their own face, and the scammer gets all scared.
It's so funny, dude.
Yeah, you know, I like the poster behind you, and the scammer goes.
I like when like they have 12 people behind them all like looking in and being like, "This guy knows you." Like, he's got a whole like team advising.
I always think it's funny they have the whitest names ever, right?
Yeah,
like
Steven.
An Indian guy named Steven and Jeff and John and Bob. Like, that's what happened to me with the Xfinity, by the way. They said his name was Jeff or something. And I should have fucking known. I felt so dumb.
Okay.
I mean, like, come on. There were so many clues.
You're walking the line.
Dude, it's the truth. They own the industry. They own that whole industry.
It's the friggin' logs are
part
gay.
of me makes me wish I was born in India and I could have just had that life. I could have just went the call center route because I don't think I would fit in. I don't think I can just move there. I don't think that's how it works. Are there any transfers? Do they have transfers in the call center industry? If I'm a white guy, can I just move to India? And
you want to head over there and start taking over?
But yeah, the Russian accent or Russian. I'm not very good at Russian, but I think this is how it works. I think it's something like that. I have no training, no nothing like that. So that's Russian.
My Cholo accent, bro. Now this one I learned a long time ago when I got the haircut. The guy totally showed me the way. He put the headband on and I was blown away, dude.
It's okay.
Man, this might be the most racist thing I've been involved with recently. It's the last day of Black History Month. You better not do a black accent.
I think this is inclusive. Thank you very much. I had a character named Tan Kwee. That was probably my black.
Kwee.
His full name was Taniscus Kiwi, but his
Tan Kwee.
Tan Kwee was his rap name. I'm not gonna do the voice because you just requested I don't do a black.
It's the last day of Black History Month. I feel like, look, we've hit a lot of topics here today. And we've done a lot of questionable things today. And I think the one thing we can save is say...
I won't say the N-word. I won't say the N-word.
That's not where my head was at. My head wasn't even there.
Okay. I mean, I wish I could think of...
If you say it, I'll say it.
Because with all that being said... I wish I had, like... Because the thing is, I've seen people run through all, like, the American accents. Because I think the thing about accents is kind of funny. It's offensive until you're really good at them.
Oh, if you're really good,
if I could
really
whip
good.
out, like, 50 in a row, you would drop the whole thing and you'd be like, okay, that's impressive. But the thing is, I can only do, like, 2 okay.
So it's offensive. And that's... You either have to be a goat, you have to be so good, or you're being a piece of shit.
That's kind of how it works. Because that's what I'm saying. I don't think accents are inherently offensive. I think most of the time it's not that bad. It's the fact that they just sound bad, especially when they're not done right, when they're not done well, you know? But I think, like, if I'm talking to, like, my Spanish coworkers, I'm immediately talking to, like, my Spanish accent, like, every fucking time. I'll be like, hola, amigo, ¿cómo estás? I'm just going to fucking talk like that.
You do that
That's
to your
how I
coworkers?
talk. Yeah, because they don't... Dude, they're speaking Spanish to me, and they know I speak English. So I might as well just speak Spanish, as much Spanish as I know, back to them.
Yeah, that's cool. I should go up to my Indian coworkers and do something similar.
I wonder what they would do. I wonder if they'd be like, the homeland.
Get me fired?
That's my homeland you're talking about.
No, they wouldn't.
I don't even know what Indian sounds like, to be honest.
We're not going to find out today.
I don't think I've heard much Indian in my life. You know what I really think sounds cool? Mongolian throat singing. Is that close to India?
Dude, you were hitting that for a second. Holy shit.
You
were hitting that for a second. You were doing that. You got that whistle that they can do with that, like that undertone whistle. You were hitting that.
There was this, because I saw this thing where it was like they were doing a song, but you were singing, they were whistling. Because I think it's similar to like when I do a cat sound, I'm using the back of my throat, so I'm going up here. So like,
it's so good.
or like if I do a cat and heat. Or like a goat would be like,
what the fuck, dude? Those are so good.
Thank you.
Holy shit, those are so good.
But it's the same part of your throat. I think you go back in there.
You get back into there.
Yeah, because I think it's all like you get back in there. Yeah, I can bark like my dog too.
He does do that. He does do that, bro.
That's exactly how he sounds. But yeah, cats, I can fool cats. Like I really can. I can make a cat.
You fooled me. I was looking at you and I was like, is that a human? Like there's no chance.
Or no, let me try doing kitten. Hold on, 'cause sometimes I can't do it.
Yeah.
And then a cat would be like,
dude, that cat is crazy.
you know, you gotta get the emotions. You gotta like feel like the cat.
That is insane. That's like the greatest cat I've ever heard.
Thank you.
See, now you did it so well, I can't say it's offensive.
See, maybe I should just stick to animal sounds.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But as soon as I get into the monkey, everybody starts acting a fool. You know, I can't do a monkey anymore. Kids these days, what the fuck, dude?
As soon as I do the monkey, I can't. I'll tell you,
Yeah.
I can't do it.
That's like the best monkey I can do.
But you were getting heavy. That's pretty good.
Right?
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah. I feel like this is crazy. Monkeys
That's
are
pretty
fucking
good.
wild.
Monkeys
dude.
are wild.
Yeah. I wish I could. Oh, cow. I've tried to get cow right. The reason I bring all this up, I was doing it in a sound effect originally. There was one I was trying to do. Oh, the throat singing. Okay,
Yeah.
so let me try to do a cow. I think cow would be like
Holy
that.
shit, that's so good.
Yeah.
Dude, that's insane.
Thank you, dude. I was trying to get geese down because I would pass by geese in the park, but I always forget how they sound. I have to re-listen to them. Something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that right?
You have real talent for this shit, dude. You have like real good talent with that.
I
that's
don't know how to
insane.
use it. I have no
Well, there's
idea.
definitely like I don't know. There's something you could like maybe in your music you could like whip out a sound effect in the background at some point if it fit or.
I mean, I've thought like if I can, because that's an easy thing to do with social media. If you could like find a way to be like the animal sound effect guy, like he could do the sounds perfect. He does the animal sounds, but he does them perfect.
But he does them perfect.
Yeah, because I mean, like, what other guy you know who's just meowing exactly like a cat? I've seen a couple people do it. I'll be scrolling, but like, not many people do it. And the whole reason I bring it up is because so if I was try to apply that to the throat singing, all those sounds are like meow meow. It's all back here, so it was be like. So now, then they'd have to like fucking go from there and do singing. But I think I was doing it better the second time when I just did it.
You had the whistle on the first time, which they hit.
How the fuck did I do it the first time? I don't have the whistle anymore. I had it the first time, and I don't know.
It was like
fuck. I almost had it again.
You gotta hit it.
See, when I do that, it kind of hurts my throat. I wonder if there's a way to do it.
Fucks them up. It's also the tone shifts.
Fuck, dude, you have to practice that.
Yeah.
And then that was back before you had like music, so they probably just sat in a fucking cave
and just did that until they got
hours.
it. And they just kept one guy would slap him like, not my tempo, not my tempo.
That's probably exactly how they got good at it. And you just had one dude who would travel village to village, and they're whoa.
This guy's good.
Yeah,
we got to go hit the cave, dude. This guy's
good throat, bro. Good throat.
This guy's got the most insane throat I've ever heard.
Yo, you got to see this guy, Jambalaya. Fucking came to the village. Fucking craziest throat, bro. Oh man, but like so, and I think like honestly, I think it's not that far off from metal singing and all of that. Like with metal, with like a metal vocalist, a lot of the time, they end up getting trained in the same way that you would if you were like a throat singer and stuff like this, or an opera singer. You end up having to, if you want to have longevity in doing stuff like that, you have to be trained to do it the right way.
Right.
So it's interesting that there are methods to, and you know what's interesting too is you go back and you look at like maybe like early System of a Down, like when they were really popular, like what's that, Toxicity, that album. So a lot of the screaming that Serge is doing on that album, he's doing it wrong, and he can't do it like that anymore. Like he stopped doing it 5 or 10 years later. He started performing it live worse because you literally couldn't scream like that forever. No one could.
Yeah,
he was damaging his voice. That's why it sounds good, because he's doing it wrong.
Yeah, because he's doing it.
Because dude, he's fucking. Oh my god, he's going crazy. And then like you hear it, when he did it live, he would do the same thing. He wouldn't hold back live at all. Went back then. Until he eventually like got training or whatever it is, and he just started singing it way softer live. And now, if you see System of a Down live, it's not going to be anything like if you caught them then. Yeah, Slipknot's not like that so much, but a lot of bands that really went crazy back. I mean, some Slipknot songs that you just can't do it live like that. I mean, it's some Tool songs are like that. I'm trying to think of other bands where they just have like stuff where they fuck the vocalist.
Maybe a little bit.
Korn, maybe. Yeah, Korn's a good one. Korn's great. Korn kind of switched it up a couple times throughout the years. They fucking. Do you remember their dubstep album?
Yeah, that was interesting. I was big into dubstep when I was in middle school. That was
it was right on time.
I know. Yeah. That's right when that shit hit, and I listened to it, and I was like, "Oh, this is great. This is so great."
Oh my god, Skrillex. That was the
I was
Skrillex
a Monster
era.
Cat online. I don't know if you were hip to Monster Cat.
No.
It was this YouTube producer, and he would just put out like a new dubstep track every week, and I loved that shit. I listen to Monster Cat 24/7.
Oh, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, I wonder what Monster Cat's up to these days. I was a big dubstep guy for like a year, and then
me too, actually.
It never. I just really like the beats. I really like how it felt, and then
I would look up dubstep remixes and stuff like that.
Yeah, fuck yeah, and then I just never. It never stuck for me. I feel like that's most people. Mm-hmm. Most people are like. They like dubstep for a period of time, and then they never think about it again.
I've never understood the breed of person that goes to all these like electric forest festivals and all of these like EDM festivals. Like, it's just not me. I just don't get it. Yeah. I mean, but there's people who just love that shit. They would live and die for it. They love it. I feel like those are the people who like dubstep, and it never died. It just became that.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
Like for some of us, it's a phase. For them, it's their whole life. It just evolves.
It just evolved into that.
Yeah.
I would never go into a forest and listen to dubstep now. That sounds awful.
You got to take acid. That's how they.
If you don't, what are you doing there? You're trying to prey upon the people that did take acid. That's the only reason you're there.
Yeah. Well, is it? See, are the rules of acid the same as alcohol? Where like if you're both drunk and you have sex, it's morally wrong. Like if you're both on acid.
Let me stop you right here.
Probably yes.
I think if you're on a harder drug, you're innocent.
Compared to
if you want to get with somebody who's drunk, you gotta get high as fuck. And if you want to give someone who's high, you got to like damn near kill yourself.
You have to do heroin.
I like when you and I get together. We talk about wrestling porn. We talk about when is it assault. We talk about how racist accents are. We egg each other on to say the N-word. What a great
it makes me wonder, like a chicken or the egg. Is it me or is it you? Like we said at the beginning.
Who's coming first? I'm coming currently. Does that count?
What's that? You're coming?
Yeah, because who came first? Chicken or the egg?
I came 3 times, and I didn't want to mention.
You didn't want to mention?
It was embarrassing.
Yeah,
the second time, I was like, damn, what's wrong with me? The third time, I kind of liked it again.
I always got a little pouch down there to catch it.
So this happens to you often?
It depends.
Oh. Okay, I'm not going to ask any further questions. I like the mystery, you know.
Why don't you reach in there and find out?
Maybe. But I mean, yeah, the question is which one of us is the fucking deadbeat
I don't know.
person. I don't know who it is.
I don't know
either.
who it is. I think I do know that I have the tendency to bring this energy out of a lot of people. So I think it's me.
I think it's you
because a lot of people say that they feel more inclined to talk about awful things in my presence. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know how you should feel about that either.
But I feel like I give off a very trusting energy. And so you're like, yeah, I can divulge what I really think about Asian cultures to this man.
Yeah, dude. 2 minutes after you got here, I was showing you Joe Biden's body double.
I don't know if that really connects to what I'm saying, but yes.
I felt like I could open up to you.
Yeah, you felt like, okay, well then yeah. Fuck yeah.
I don't show everybody Joe Biden's body double.
I don't bring everyone into my house, let me my dog and cat, and then show them fucking Joe Biden's body double. Are you kidding me?
Usually I warm them up to that first.
That's like an endgame podcast. Yeah. Endgame podcast for you and me is like, let's see who can do a better Asian accent.
Yeah. You finally give in.
I'm not doing it.
You know, it's funny. After the whole controversy with Shane Gillis, I remember Jesselnick came out and he was like, this is one of the reasons, like, I just can't. I think Anthony Jeselnik is funny, but I don't understand his whole attitude towards other comics, because he came out and he said after that whole thing with Shane Gillis, he's like, you know, I consider myself one of the most offensive comics out there, one of the people who's going to take the most risks to do the craziest things, and I never would use a slur or talk in an accent for a laugh. And that's why I was.
It's good Jesselnick, by the way.
Thank you.
I know you're trying to flex that.
Fucking, I've never done Jesselnick.
It's a very good.
I just nailed it, dude.
It's very good Jesselnick.
Because that's exactly how that dude fucking. He's very, very slow like this, and he's got a point that he's making, and he's kind of pretentious. He's a pretentious guy, but I'm the best in comedy. Because that's what I hate about him. He's the very best in comedy, and he thinks he's the best in comedy. And he is funny. The problem is he's actually talented, but like he writes off these other comics that he thinks aren't as good as him, like a Shane Gillis, who's very, like, you can't say Shane Gillis isn't funny. You just can't say that. You can say that you don't like his comedy. You can't say he's not funny. And what he's saying that you know, he thinks what Shane Gillis did was so untasteful. And it's just stupid, too, because it's like, dude, your whole career is saying offensive things. Like, that's your joke. That's the bit, is you say the offensive thing. And you're drawing the line at Shane Gillis making a joke about, like, what was the thing? I don't even think he used an accent. I think, did he use an accent on the podcast? Is that when it was? He talking about Chinese neighborhoods?
He was doing, he didn't accent.
Okay. And again, I personally just don't think accents are that offensive, but I don't know. I don't like.
Well, I think here's what I think it is. Whether you think they are offensive or not, the public disagrees.
Do they not, or do they disagree? Because that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's like the public disagreeing, or if it's like at some point in time someone started saying, "Oh, you shouldn't do that," and that a bunch of other people just jump on this, and it's a loud group of people. But I don't know if, like, the public, like, if you're gonna poll a bunch of people, you're gonna grab a general audience. I think most fucking people, they're just gonna laugh in an accent. I don't think most people are like, whoa. I don't think most people do that.
It depends.
But maybe. And obviously it depends where you're at.
Hey, I went to film school.
You go to China, you do a Chinese accent, it's probably going to fuck you up. You know, probably not going to be very funny.
I think it's the difference, actually. I think you do accents to other cultures and other cultures who are not as, you know, in depth with, like, race relations as us, they would say it's fine. Not to say that any other culture is not as with race relations as the U.S., but the U.S., so much of what we were founded on as a country is different races clashing, and because of that, there's negativity around all kinds of jokes and all kinds of things. Yeah. I mean, and a lot of it is warranted. A lot of it makes a lot of sense why it should be. Yeah. And some jokes are really, really far and they should never be made. But that even extends into places where you might say, oh, this is kind of egregious. Why would it be that way? But it's because that's how America is founded. And that's what, now I'm getting into like what my Alex Jones takes are. I think media and the populace is definitely told to play into cancel culture when it comes to race things and to really bring out a lot, because they don't want any of us being friends. They don't want any of us joking together. And I'm setting this all aside from like when a joke is legitimately bad and it's just derogatory and it's not a joke, then you're being a piece of shit. But with any kind of thing about that territory, they don't want us working together.
So in what ways would they do that?
Well, like, for instance, I can't look up Black Joe Biden porn anymore.
Oh.
Can't do it.
No, Joe Biden is black or he's fucking a black person?
Great question. I've always searched to see what it would be, and it just wouldn't come up. No, what I'm talking about is, like, in general, I think cancel culture is given more of a platform. It's pushed out more. And I'm also one of those people that definitely thinks that the FBI and CIA or whatever powers may be are shooting out meme propaganda. I think so, for sure.
Yeah?
For sure.
I think that would be part of the whole dead internet theory. It's not only do you have a dead internet, you have a dead internet fueled by nefarious purposes.
Absolutely. And they will push things on social media platforms, and they will push things that will help their overall causes, that will help how they want us to think, how they want us to do that. I think it'd be the best job to have at the CIA, be the meme guys. That'd be a fun job. Putting out a lot of weird shit.
Oh my God.
But I think it's for sure what's happening. And even if it's not the direct thing that's controlling everyone, the CIA and the government in general is for sure putting out, propaganda.
Well, yeah.
Like 100% easily. Anyone who refutes that does not have a brain. Like, that's just, of course they would do that. They have that platform. You know what I mean?
Well, and I think people have this stupid idea that the government, like, it's like a fairy tale idea to me. Like, I don't know. I have to remember that people aren't me. They don't have the exposure that I have. Like, they don't have the life that I have. They don't have the idea, the experiences that I've had, whatever. So you can come to any conclusion you can come to. But to me, it's like, I don't know. How many times do you have to have people lie to you in your face and make false promises and fucking take your money and waste it on bullshit? It's like having the worst friend ever, the worst parent ever, and you're supposed to like them and you're supposed to trust them. I mean, like, that to me is what's crazy. And then you have proof. Like, you can look back. The government did crazy ass shit on record like 50 years ago. Like 60 years ago, they were drugging people with acid to see what would happen. And the only reason we know about that is because it's been long enough for us to know about that. Right. So what are they doing now that we're going to know about later because it'll have been long enough for us to know about that? Because it's not like that's changed. It's not like it just those people all left and now it's good guys. And so to me, that's what's crazy. It's just this idea that they wouldn't infiltrate social media and they wouldn't use that type of stuff. It's like, of course you would. It's the brainwashing device. If we all have phones and we're all just scrolling all day, that is the brainwashing device. And so when it comes out that, the government was in contact with Twitter and they were talking to Twitter about what to say about the Hunter Biden laptop thing and stuff like that, that's not... It's good because it's confirmation that it's real, but it's something that you should have already known was happening.
That should have been
obvious
out there. That everyone should have that in their mind. Like, it's
and in that sense, I don't love Elon Musk. I don't love X and how it's all been handled over time. But I do think that is the plus of it all, is that you did need someone like that to do that with social media, because all the other stuff was headed towards government control and a government being able to say what you can and can't say on social media. And I don't think Elon Elon Musk is he's fully separate from the government.
Oh,
I
mean,
but at
also
least he's representing
Elon
that party, and he's somebody who's saying you should be able to say shit on social media.
And Elon is for sure controlling some things, but the thing that X has done that I really enjoy, one thing, is the community note feature.
Yeah,
the community note feature is the greatest feature because people will try to spread misinformation, and other people who have nothing going on in their lives but know the truth. Yeah. That's always the funniest thing. Yeah. These guys have nothing going on, so they'll just sit at home and they'll just be like, actually, this is fucking false. This is wrong.
Yeah.
So no one can actually spread real misinformation. Yet every single time I go on X or I go on Instagram Threads, don't even get me fucking started on what a cesspool Threads is. It's people glazing the fuck out of literal rapists and literal convicted felons and people that have made false promises and spit in your face. And at that point, it's got to be a degradation kink for you.
Is that really your Threads experience? That's
my Threads experience.
Oh, I haven't really messed with it.
My Threads experience is that very political, very weird takes, and then also like comedians just putting their like shit out there. Right. You're like, hey, here's a new clip. Like that's all Threads is
sprinkled throughout all that other shit.
And it's like, what's this? And then the comments are like, back, and then it's like, here's the joke about mice.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I am going to have to dip soon, though. I got a show tonight.
Yeah, man, this was even longer than I thought it was going to be, so that's fantastic.
We hit a lot in this one.
Oh, yeah, a lot of important topics. Next time we'll get the tranny like we said we were going to last time, remember?
Well, we got about 3 hours here, so
about 3 hours,
you'll have about 20 minutes?
20 good minutes.
20 good minutes?
Yeah, once it's all cut down. Yeah.
Bro, you got to make a racist edit of every time we get together.
Yeah. The top 10 racist moments.
I think the first time we talked, it was like there was a whole Kanye cruise ship thing that was just that made the cut, but it was not good. It was not.
You know, the worst thing about me is everything makes the cut. That's the worst thing about me.
That's the greatest thing about you. That's the best part about you.
I have no idea what too far is, all right? As you might have noticed, I don't even, that's not a thing. It doesn't exist to me. Ladies, that doesn't apply to you, ladies.
Ladies.
But yeah, no, dude, fucking, oh my god, that's what makes for a good interviewer.
It's free speech. It's
what makes for a bad anything else. Okay, like it's a good interviewer though. All right, because you'll get people just saying the wildest shit, and I'll be like, oh, well, yeah.
Really? Which I feel like is crazy because this podcast has been more you saying wild shit, me being like, yo, like
you probably bring that out of people, like you said.
I do. I really do. Honestly, I should have a podcast and just bring people on and get them canceled. like really just make them say really awful shit and be like, really, you think that? And then slap it on my page like, you'll never believe what Milo Max said. Nah, you'd believe that.
The problem is you do it a couple times, they'll figure out the trick. You know,
yeah, but at that point,
they'll know not to look into your eyes anymore.
They'll not to look into. See, yeah, for anyone who's not watching the video right now, I've just been like swinging a watch in front of Ruse's eyes.
Tell me, Chinese people.
Now do a racist accent. Wow, that's crazy. Really, you thought that? No, come on, dude, do the accent.
Yeah. Oh, dude, this is if you really had me hypnotized to do like racist things. That'd be a crazy thing.
If I had you hypnotized, we wouldn't be doing racist things. We'd be doing things that we can't film.
Are you the lead singer of Korn? What
Hell
the
yeah.
fuck?
Well, I'm Kid Rock. Dig and biggie.
Oh,
damn, dude, that halftime, whew, sublime.
Now that made me feel white.
You watched it?
I watched it and I said, yeah.
I didn't watch it. Yeah.
I watched the clips of it.
I watched the clips of it.
I didn't love either halftime show, but honestly, I just think it's so funny that Kid Rock
I did enjoy the Bad Bunny one.
I don't think it was bad.
I thought it was good.
I just think it was liberal propaganda.
Liberal propaganda. I didn't think it was bad, but it was liberal propaganda.
I didn't think it was bad, but I thought it was liberal propaganda.
The thing about it is, I mean, essentially it was both liberal and hella conservative propaganda. Either one was that.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
It was
either
a 50-50. And that's because bipartisanship is the poison that's ruining everything about this country.
Yes.
It is the absolute biggest poison. Now, that being said, of the two The Bad Bunny one was just so much better. Like, and I've talked to a couple friends of mine about this. The set design was fucking amazing. What they did with lighting, different shots, and how they planned it, great. I've never been a big fan of Bad Bunny songs. It's just not my style. But I liked it more than Kid Rock. Bro, the Kid Rock one, first of all, that dude is awful. He has 1 or 2 songs that, like 30 years ago, were kind of bangers. And besides that, awful. And now he's old. And now he gets out there to like angelic light, and he's like a convicted person.
He's like hump in the air.
It's just it was a terrible. Like everyone they booked on that shit too was just bad. It was just a bad show. It was just a bad show.
Yeah, I honestly, they could have done better. I mean, you're trying to compete with the actual Super Bowl. Kid Rock is a good start, but I wouldn't make him like
Dude, Kid Rock's not a good
the
start.
draw. He's not the draw. He's like the star of the lineup.
Kid Rock shouldn't be on any lineup. You're a Kid Rock fan.
Yeah, is it obvious? No. I grew up in Michigan, all right? He's not far away from me. I would at least say that I think Kid Rock is like, he's like an ICP type character to me, where he's like the novelty of him and the fun of him. Like, he's fun, but you don't like make him the draw, the start of your show. He's like the quirky add to your lineup where it's like, oh shit, you all got Kid Rock, but really you guys came for like Morgan Wallen or whatever country artist.
Well, Kid Rock's a joke.
Yeah.
Kid Rock's a joke, and he's also a bad person. So, in no way, shape, or form would I be someone who would say that I
What
like
are his
him.
crimes? What did he do? Did he actually do?
No, I'm saying he's a bad person. That doesn't mean you have to have crimes.
Oh,
I mean, he
he's
did make that song for Osmosis Jones.
Yeah, that awesome song. Yeah.
They
I'm not
call
saying
it
it's statutory evil.
And we're full circle.
Well, first full circle, baby.
Well, full circle
Mandatory
like the
evil.
first hour, but
Yeah.
like hours through the... Yeah, well, I guess we'll leave this for the next time we talk. First thing we're gonna bring up is Kid Rock.
Yeah.
Whenever you and I get back together on this pod, I will start it by saying, "What are your thoughts on Kid Rock? How are we doing with that?"
Yeah, and I just recite a whole Kid Rock album.
The bong, the bang, the bang, diggy, diggy, bong.
I like, hold on. Start
That
playing
song was a banger.
instrumentals.
Can't lie. That song was a banger.
But you know how the show ends. You've been here before. The show's for 3 to 5 year olds. It's for small children.
Yes.
It's for the kids, and
Yes.
you're gonna give advice to the children. The kids are listening. They know that we're wise. That we have wise, big brains.
The kids have been listening to this.
Yeah, that's who
The
listens.
kids need to be lobotomized after this one.
That's my audience, bro. Come on, dude. You can't say that.
We gotta leave a little advice for the children.
Yeah, because that's who's inspired by this type of thing. And you know what? I actually think it's a sign that kids are mature because they're looking for mature content like this nowadays, rather than the stuff that, you know. After they turn this off, they're gonna go back to like Miss Rachel, which was also great. You know, she's like fucking talking about, you know, anti-Israel or whatever she's doing. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That shit is wild. That shit is insane.
Shout out Miss Rachel. Shout out the 3 to 5 year olds that, you know, watch my show. And shout out to you for the advice you're about to give. The music,
Cool.
the amazing, smart intelligence you're about to lay down and slide into these children's ears. And second, the social media is where they can find you. This comes out about a month from now, so keep that in mind if you're going to plug any dates or anything like that. But they would need to know the place. They can see your face. They've spent all this time with you. They might as well spend some more. The floor is yours.
I want to start by saying, kids, don't look up wrestling porn. Or do if you're brave enough and at least 18. I'm not going to tell any children to look up. This is starting poorly. Hey, guys. My name is Jim Balderston. My Instagram is the fantastic Mr. Jim. I run a comedy production company called Comedy You Deserve. Check those both out on Instagram. I'm one date that's coming up is in April. I'm going to be at the Riot Comedy Festival in Houston. So if you're in Houston somehow, check me out. Very first couple days of April 1st through 4th. And my little advice for everybody out there is make a friend. Go out and make a friend. Go out into Walgreens, grab a homeless guy from out the front, let him grab everything he can, say whatever you can fit in your hands, I'll pay for, and then send him up to the front and leave the Walgreens. Make a friend.
You gonna give him money?
What are you talking about? No, I wouldn't give him money. What are you talking about?
No, I got you. I just with the way. No, it makes sense. That's a friend.
You make a friend.
All right.
Go to Walgreens, right?
This how you make friends?
Doing it for the past 20 years. Since I was 3.
Do you have a therapist, dude?
No, I need one, though. I need one. Guys, my real advice, get a therapist. Get a therapist. Be better.
All your friends are fucking homeless guys you con at Walgreens. Just buy groceries for themselves.
Hey, my gang ain't neurotypical. My boy got autism.
You know, it's funny, like if it's a particularly like confused homeless guy, he'll end up just buying the groceries, not even remembering why he was at the front, and then he'll see you later. He'll be like, "Oh, it's that nice guy from earlier."
That nice guy who paid for my groceries. I didn't give him anything.
He didn't give him shit.
Give a little love. Give a little love. That's my advice.
Well, all right, yeah. I was just thinking the other day. I don't think I'd make a good homeless person. I don't think I'd pass the homeless challenge. I think you might. I think it sounds like you have the survival skills you might need. If that's how you're making friends, you've got it.
That's a bitch ass thing to say.
That I couldn't be homeless, or that you? Oh, that you don't like that
homeless.
I said you could.
Yeah, let's say, hey, I can't be a homeless guy, but you could be one.
I think you have survival skills. Look on the bright side.
I think you have survival skills, and you're probably not gonna do that well.
Hey, man, if I was homeless, I would die. Is what I'm saying.
If you were homeless, you'd be too focused on grabbing mirrors off people's walls. I know you. Look
showing them dicks.
Well, yeah, okay.
I draw a dick and like.
This is for the children. This part was for the kids, okay? This is
right. This is advice for the kids.
Children, don't approach any homeless people
with mirrors. Yeah.
Without a mirror.
Without a mirror.
Everyone knows that homeless people are, most afraid of their own reflection. So everyone knows that.
That'd be kind of rude. You just walk up to a homeless person. Look.
Well, it's like a safety measure, like holding garlic for a vampire. You're like talking to him, and then he starts coming at you, and you show the mirror. It's like a dog looking in the mirror. He's like confused. He doesn't know what's happening.
That probably would work in the same way, because they would just get confused and upset. They'd be like, stop.
That's a mirror.
Leave me alone. Stop showing me myself, you fucking asshole. If anybody did that, it'd be a dick move. So you're arguing with somebody to fucking whip out a mirror and just show it to you. You're like, stop.
Stop doing that.
Not, non-consensually just showing you your fucking face.
Non-consensually showing your reflection is wild.
I don't think you'd like it. I wouldn't like it. It's not even control.
I wouldn't be a fan.
I'd be put the fucking mirror down, dude. Talk to me. Put the mirror down.
Just
fucking hold it closer.
That's great.
It's a good defense mechanism.
It's a great defense
That's my advice for the kids. You ever get caught in a situation anytime soon without a mirror?
Show that reflection.
You would be amazed. Do not be the superhero without a shield, boys and girls. Whip out a mirror. Whenever you have a situation. And that has been all here today on Clocking out.
Penis.
Double down, competition couldn't help him to rock. Missed the whole time, holy fell through the flock. That's an ordinary miracle, wealth to the block. It's a balance in the character that's calm and collect. It's apparent his caricature is lost in the mess. It's hysterical, the picture that they put to his face. It's a confidence administered to earn their respect. Live a little light, the candle.